if I do.
Covino and Rich.
Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Turn on the radio.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. Turn the show.
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
All right. An action-packed show. Because he's here. The Tun Master. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
guys?
What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? The Monday after the Super Bowl, the Monday after a week. Fucking craziness in Phoenix. Covino is in Hawaii. So Tommy's filling it. We're gonna tell some stories, got some fun.
Let's do it.
We're gonna bring it today. Spotty, how you feeling, buddy boy?
I feel fantastic, actually.
You feel good?
Yeah.
We got video of you today, Spotty, or are you in the...
Yeah, you gotta give me a second.
Okay. I was like, or are you in the shadows? All right, let's rock out. Rocking out is what Steve likes to do. And he also likes to FaceTime now, apparently. You want to start with that, or do you want to start with the Super Bowl, Tommy?
Oh my God, he FaceTimed me 3 times yesterday. I was like, what the fuck does this guy want? He goes, bro, I gotta show you something. And then he shows me like some Grandma Willow tree from
Yo,
fucking Pocahontas. I was like, what the hell is this?
You ain't kidding. Your brother...
What are those banyan trees?
Your
in
brother never
No idea.
FaceTimes. In fact, I'm allergic. Your brother would say he's allergic to FaceTiming. And he got to Hawaii yesterday, and he was in such awe of what was going on that I was like, whoa, Covino's FaceTiming me? And I pick up, and he's in a Hawaiian shirt. He's like, bro, this is remarkable. Did he do the same to you?
Yeah, he was in a cool ass Hawaiian shirt too. I was like, what the fuck, bro? What's up? And he was just showing me around and stuff. But he's got like this nice, he looks better with like a nice beard, bro. Like,
he does.
Had, like that 5 o'clock shadow coming in.
He had like the stubble coming in. He had his Don Ho Hawaiian shirt on. And he's like, look around, bro. This is remarkable. And he showed me like some fucking cool tree. And he's like, the ocean's right there. He's like,
did the tree look like this?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a banyan tree. They're big in Hawaii. They're insane because they spread out. They have a huge root system. They come up and then they go out and continue to grow. Sometimes they go down again and like come out again. It's crazy.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah, they're insane.
Someone already asked, Tommy, are you broadcasting from Dr. Evil's lair? Where the fuck are you?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, look at this. I feel like this is like one of these chairs that you like turn around and say something really fucking cool as you turn around. You know what I mean?
Well, you better start thinking of cool shit to say then.
I know.
Where are you? Are you at your place? Is that your place?
Dude, there's a podcast room in my building that nobody uses. There's a girl who she does like violin, like she plays violin in here, but nobody uses it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take it.
Banger, Tommy?
That's the world we're living in now. Do you hear that? We live in a world where a nice apartment complex that has all the amenities has a podcast room.
I mean, that's pretty
cool. Dude, a bunch of private offices and stuff. It's pretty cool.
That's sweet. Well, your brother did FaceTime you. He FaceTimed me. He's wearing his Hawaiian shirt. He showed me the water. He showed me these trees. And he pointed out multiple times that there's a studio a mile from where he was. So he's like, yo, bro, what prevents us from like, I don't know, hanging out here all the time?
I mean,
he told me he was going to buy a house over there.
Yeah, he was like so in it that he FaceTimed us. And I'm pretty sure Jordan was at a rehearsal dinner or something because he was alone. So while she was doing her thing, he was exploring and was falling in love with Hawaii. It was pretty funny.
Breathless.
It was amazing. Spot, I'm surprised. Spot, did you feel left out that you didn't get a FaceTime?
No, I feel great, actually.
The FaceTime was uncharacteristic of your brother. I'll tell you that.
He was, dude, he was like taking the FaceTime and like putting it in people's face. And he goes like, look at this fucking guy just grilling, cooking, chilling out. And I'm like, yeah. He was like right in his face.
He was taking in the culture of Hawaii. He's like, yeah, look at this. Look at this. They got these little food stands set up. And yeah, he was into it. So he'll be back on Wednesday.
Look at this Polynesian guy.
Look at him. Look, they're roasting a fucking pig. Oh! Yeah, he was into it. So, hey, I hope he's having a good time. Covino's in Hawaii. He went straight from Phoenix to Hawaii. I don't know how he's not more exhausted because Spot, you and I were saying that we've done that one time where we've done like back-to-back trips.
It's not
easy, man. I know it sounds all fun and games. He was at the Super Bowl. Now he's in Hawaii, but it's a lot on your body traveling like that.
Plus, I know he's going for a wedding.
Yeah.
So, it's the wedding's one day. But, like, take a little time. Like, why couldn't he just take a little time? Like, you're going all the way to Hawaii. Take a little time.
Well, yeah, if you wanted to do the Fox show and a couple things from there, take the week. I get it. I agree. But he wanted to be back, I guess.
Who got married?
One of Jordan's friends.
Oh, nice.
One of Jordan's friends. So it was a destination wedding, Super Bowl weekend, which I thought was wild. I'm glad he got to watch the game, but my first thought was, who gets married Super Bowl weekend?
Well, I think
right? the day after the Super Bowl.
I think they're getting married today, right?
So Monday wedding after the Super Bowl, which means whoever it is got the fucking dopest deal of all deals. Because who gets married on a Monday after the Super Bowl? It's like imagine someone being like, "Yo, I'm getting married Thursday afternoon." Come on, it's weirdo behavior, but hey, good for them. You think your brother's playing the ukulele right now?
Oh, he's fucking loving it, bro. He's definitely fucking chilling hard right now.
Well, your brother in Hawaii, so I appreciate you filling in, Tommy. I was trying to find the list. Your brother, last time I talked to your brother, you were supposed to fill in like a month ago, but then you actually got a work call. He had given me.
Yeah, dude. Work is so slow that I'm basically on call, bro. Like 24/7. So whenever they fucking throw me something, I'm like jumping at the bits.
Did you end up buying that crossbow, or did you save your money like we told you to?
Oh no, it's at my parents' house in the garage.
You bought a crossbow.
Oh, I'm nice with that shit, dude. I'm
serious?
nice. I'm a sniper.
Did you regret buying it now, or you think it'll come in handy one day when the zombies happen?
I don't know, bro. You been watching Last of Us? That shit would be fucking sick.
Don't give anything away.
Don't give anything away to Spot, but Sarah and I caught up last night. Are you caught up? I watched all 5. I'm caught up.
That show is dope, bro. I like that show.
That show is really good. Sarah made the observation that the difference between Walking Dead and The Last of Us is that The Last of Us is really good acting, and it's way more realistic. Like, there's almost like a sense of maybe they're better actors or something, where Walking Dead just feels like a fucking fake zombie show, where The Last of Us feels like, yo, that's how shit would go down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is either, but I don't know. Something about that main dude, Pedro. What's his name?
Pedro Pascal. He's so likable, dude.
I like that guy,
He's
bro.
the
I like that guy.
shit right now. Everyone sweats him.
Yeah, I'm sweating him, bro. I don't even know who he is until the show, but I'm sweating him.
Well, he was Mandalorian, and what else was he in? He was Mandalorian. He was in
Narcos.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of shit.
He's been in a few movies. He was in Wonder Woman.
I don't watch a lot of TV shows. Like, I never saw Mandalorian. I never saw any of that shit. I was trying to watch. They came out with a new season of You, and that shit is poo, bro. I couldn't watch it.
Oh, don't tell me that. I have it on standby. I was like, oh, let me check it out now.
I wasn't feeling it, bro. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. But
he's overseas now, and he's creeping on some new bitches in London or something. Where is he?
Yeah, I think they need. Yeah, it's like Paris or some shit. I don't know. It's like the same thing, just a different location. It's like I need something to do.
All right. Well, Last of Us, fantastic. Honestly, it's so good for people that are not watching. Spot, what episode are you on? Did you watch just one of them?
I haven't watched any of them.
You haven't watched any of them. It's 5 deep. What are you waiting for? I know. There's no one busier than me, and I get a chance to do it. So come on. You got to watch at least one show we're watching so we can talk about it.
Are you? I don't know. I'm pretty busy.
You think you're busier than me?
I think I'm just as busy.
You think you're busier than me with 2 kids?
And a lot of your busyness occurs at your home, where you have the ability, like, even though you're busy, quote unquote, watching your children, you still can sit on the couch and do shit. I can't
watch those shows with my kids.
But my busyness is like, it's like once your kids are in bed, then like you can just sit in your house. My busyness is like, I'm doing the shows, I'm doing other stuff, and then I'm off at I'm like, my busyness,
fucking people.
I don't really fuck that many people during the week, but my busyness is just occurs elsewhere, so it's like hard to settle in and watch something.
I don't know, you make time. What do you do before bed every night? I'm not laying around watching TV, but when you're laying in bed at 10, 11 o'clock at night or midnight or wherever you go to sleep, what do? You just sleep?
Maybe like scroll on my phone a little bit and then fall asleep.
That's when I'm like, all right, let's watch an episode or something.
Yeah, because I'm tired at night. Body starts shutting down.
I agree. Chris brings up a good point on the feedback. He goes, gangbangs take a lot of energy. So I get it. Gangbangs. And let's see.
Yo, you were getting down in Phoenix, bro?
I didn't have to, bro. I was so fucking tired.
Tommy, Tommy, can you ask him, because I don't want to ask him anymore, because I've had a couple people hit me up saying like, yo, this guy had a free pass to do whatever he wants in Phoenix.
I have a free pass to do what I want in LA.
Yeah, but I mean, you were out of town.
Dude,
Fuck
I'm
someone
gonna
last
be
night.
in Phoenix. So what's up? I need to know the spots, bro.
Well,
I'm going for a bachelor party in a couple months.
Oh, you know where all the hot ladies are? In
What?
Scottsdale. Because there's all these bars in Scottsdale. And all
That's
the
where
hot,
we're going for the bachelor party.
yeah, all the hot ladies are in Scottsdale, bro.
Scottsdale, bro.
We were there over the weekend. But
Hot dudes or just hot chicks?
hot chicks, bro. Like they were the hottest. Like they're like young. You'll love them. They're like younger, hot, like post college, post ASU hot chicks. They're
Like blonde hair, fucking tan.
Yeah, like
bro.
tan, blonde, college girls.
But no, bro. It was like we were Rich. You could attest to this.
Yeah.
We were going
Yeah.
nonstop all week between
We were. I
between
would
the
listen.
podcast in the morning.
Maybe.
We had a breakfast one day. It's like podcast, and we were immediately walking over to Radio Row. Then from Radio Row, we're getting out. We're coming back. I was editing shit, the video stuff, and then like at night we were having dinners with all the bosses. It's like every day
Bro.
from start to finish was something.
I'm with
so by
you.
the time I got back to my room and I was like, oh, let me see if I can fuck someone. I'm
know
like
what?
passing out in the bed.
You know what I think it is, Spot? And by the way, Spot got major props in Arizona. The boss hit us up with like a message saying how your brother and I, Tommy, have brought in. Is that a word?
Brought in is not a word.
Have brought in. We've brought in. We fucking bring it. The bosses said that we're bringing it to a level where we're injecting new life and energy into all of Fox Sports. And I was like, damn, like we got all this.
That's fucking dope,
We got
dude.
all this amazing feedback, and the boss even went out of his way to say Spot's videos are setting a new standard where everyone else's need to step it up to get to Spot's level of video. So I mean, everyone did a
Hell
great
yeah.
job. So Spot, I'm not taking anything away from your work, because your work was Spot's work and Spot's whole vibe. Like Spot was the old Spot. Like he was friendly and lovable. Like I was like, what's going on? Spot brought it in Phoenix.
I don't understand that.
We were all busy. Well, according to my daughter, who all week it's Spirit Week, Spot, today is helpfulness. So you have to be helpful today. So tomorrow's respect. So today's helpful. So
I'm helpful.
I'll try to help you.
I'm putting the studio
I
back
know.
together that I took apart on Friday.
But I'm not shitting on you
a week ago.
because I know you put a lot of great work in. I think we all did a great job in Phoenix. However, I don't know, man. When I was a single guy or had the option, I had a wife and sick kids at home. If I was in Phoenix with the free pass to do whatever I wanted, I don't care if it was midnight or 2 a.m. and I felt like ass. I would have been like, whoosh, 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 swipey. I don't know about you, Tommy.
Well, okay.
Are you kidding me, bro? Absolutely.
Tommy. Tommy, you're a handsome guy. You have options. I'm sure you do.
I'm trying, dude.
Look at him. He's like a younger, handsome version of our. He's a younger, handsome Covino.
Like,
I just lost my main chick this week, so
let's talk about
rest
that.
in peace.
Well, rest in peace. She didn't die, did she?
No, she's dead to me. Though.
All right.
But,
like
yeah.
Tommy, you're alone. You're alone in a town, right? Are you how would you troll for chicks? Would you go out by yourself to bars and like scam chicks?
Nah, I can't do that, bro.
All right,
I feel
so-
like the weird guy who's like alone at the bar.
Right. So then you
know
would
what I
go
mean?
on
I feel like it's
apps,
a
right?
creepy vibe.
You would go on apps.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But would you get immediate responses from these people? Probably not. It's like it's
No, probably.
Right,
Takes
so
a
the
while. You have to
apps are
put in
fucking
you have to put in that groundwork.
yeah, they're saturated
Yeah.
with dudes.
No, I get it. I'm just saying,
So
like,
it's like-
Spot was swiping past people that I think he should have said yes to. Like, I
No.
was like, Spot, let me see your apps, and he's like, I don't know, nah. And I'm thinking to myself,
Just because you're
not looking
free
for your-
doesn't mean you drop all your standards, bro. Not to mention,
I don't know. I would drop him a little bit.
Tommy.
Depends how horny you are,
Tommy,
dude.
he wanted me
Yeah.
banging fat chicks in Phoenix, PHAT in Phoenix.
I would have done fatties in Phoenix. Would have been my,
Fatties
if
in
I was
Phoenix.
single or Sarah's like,
Look at
do what you
tagline.
want, babe. I would have been like fatties in
So-
Phoenix all day.
I wish I could be on camera if I could set up my camera. The funny thing is that yeah, for you it seems like I got a hall pass in Phoenix, but in reality, I can do it whenever I want, whether it be in Phoenix, whether it be in Los Angeles, whether it be in any city around the world. I have that right, so it's not as urgent to get. So the
see?
fact that I was just exhausted, like everyone sees it as, oh, it was a hall pass while you're in Phoenix. No. It is just a lifestyle now. So it's like I'm not rushing to do it and under a time crunch when I'm focusing all my attention and energy on work. And at the end of the day, I'm just so drained. It doesn't matter like how much energy you can muster up. You got to deliver.
I don't know. No matter how drained I was, there's still more time to be more drained, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Drain those nuts, dude.
Drain those, yeah.
Drain those nuts. Like I said, I bet
There was a bunch of women in town for the Waste Management Open. That's like a party golf tournament.
Yeah, but they were all in Scottsdale.
Oh yeah, I saw about that.
Everyone, all the hot chicks were in Scottsdale. We were in some random hotel in downtown Phoenix. It's like it was a bunch of Fox Sports guys.
Fatties in Phoenix, bro.
You guys must have been surrounded by good-looking people this whole fucking week, dude.
I told you I saw one girl beginning of the week, and then like the rest of the week they were all in Scottsdale.
You know, Tommy, the funniest part is that I skipped out on the last night of partying because I was feeling like shit, and I knew I had to come home the next day, and I was like, I just didn't want to. You know when you actually have to be responsible, and you're like, if I go out tonight, I'm gonna get more sick, and it's gonna be bad. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to stay in. I don't really feel like going out. And Covino hit me up saying it was the first time where he's like, it was on Friday night when you guys went out, Covino told me, Spot, that it was like the old school Super Bowl party. He's like, it was legit. And I was like, he's like, there was ass everywhere.
How it is, bro.
He's like, it was a party. He goes, it was the first time I felt like it was a Super Bowl again. Did you feel the same way?
It was wild. Friday night, you should come out.
Well, he said the vibe that we were missing, which was like bunch of fucking smoke shows and fucking old rich dudes like fucking throwing around money. He's like, that scene was Friday night.
Like, you know, obviously you made the right choice listening to today. You sound like shit.
I'm trying, bro. What do you want me to do?
No, I know you're trying, but like obviously you should have stayed in because it would have been much worse had you come out. But yeah, it was the vibe. Like it was the Rolling Stone. We started at one party, which was in a bar, which Tommy that's where I saw like the local hotties. And then we went to the Rolling Stone party, which was that traditional, like what we remember of the Maxim days of old. I remember we did a Rolling Stone party in Phoenix, actually. Was it Phoenix?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
That one was lame compared to some of the other parties. This party, like we walked in, it was packed, hot chicks everywhere. Robin Thicke on stage.
Yes.
My thick D in my pants. It was just like, it was such a fun vibe, loud. It's like there was, you walked in, there was a weed installation. I got high. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Which it had that fun vibe to like people watch.
Spot did tell me the one layer of this that was interesting is that it's a reflection of that, you know, we live in a different world now. You were saying the Friday night party, there was a whole section where sponsors were giving away free weed goodie bags.
I had said this.
So I was gonna say, weed installation. What is it?
Yeah. So I had said this. It's funny when we were giving you a hard time about your edibles. I said one day there's going to be a where you walk into an event and there's going to be a bar where you just walk up and take a hit. Well, it just so happens.
It was
this was that event.
According to you and Covino, it was like weed this way, alcohol this way.
It was through the entrance. So you enter into the party, and the immediate like the lobby essentially of the party was a dispensary. So you walk in. There was an area where you could like get all these, like you could get these vape things and like I don't know, things that you would paraphernalia, but not the actual weed. And then they were like, oh, if you want to fill these things, go over to this other area. So you had to like go through past the little security guy, and you walked in.
How many people do you think left Phoenix flying illegally with like a bunch of weed in their bags?
A lot of people.
Think of all the people that walked out with goodie bags and fucking bags and bags.
I walked in there in this area as soon as you gave them your info, and you could have given them any info. I was dumb and gave them actual info, but I don't care. I live in California. You walked up to this counter and you were like, oh, I'll take this. And they're like, oh, do you want anything else? Yeah, this. And they're like, oh, do you want anything else? I walked away with like, you know, those wild gummies?
But those are my favorite.
Which are not cheap.
They're like $20 for a little thing.
I walked away with like 10 of those.
What'd you do with them?
Nothing.
Did you bring them home?
I may have.
So here you are, busting my balls, and you're a fucking criminal.
I may have. Yeah.
Listen to this guy.
I want to apologize. I did take the risk, but I who knows? I didn't take 10 of them. I took like 2 of them, but I did take the risk.
Look at you.
To see if it would make it through. We were going into a small airport. So yes, I broke the law this weekend. Shame on me. Shame.
That sounds like a fucking dope party, bro.
It was a
There's
great
fucking weed bar.
But like I went in, the party was so loud, so I ended up just sitting out in the weed area smoking with our bud Mark Zito. It was pretty cool. There was a giant bong. It was like a full-size cactus size. It was a cactus, shaped like a cactus. A giant bong. That everyone
And everybody's putting their mouth on it? That's kind of weird.
They swap out the mouthpieces.
Okay.
Saw some celebs. Michael Irvin came in with a bunch of big booty hoes.
Michael Irvin got sent home from the Super Bowl for being rapey, and then
Let me tell you,
video evidence proved
back.
that he was innocent and came back, I guess.
Big booty hoes.
Well,
I saw Tiffany Haddish.
did Covino, did Tommy's brother, did the bigger Covino act all righteous around the edible stuff, or was he?
He didn't. I mean, he didn't come in, but to the area, but like he wasn't righteous about it.
Okay.
He was having a great time.
Yeah, he told me. He said it was great. He said it was great.
He went in. Travis Scott performed. He went in and watched that. We got the little VIP area through our friends at Max Sports and Talent.
Sweet, man.
With hanging with Super Agent Sean Wyman. So it was a fun time.
You guys are back in the fucking mix, dude.
That's
You
That's
know,
so
that's,
dope.
I think that's why Spot was in a great mood. I think Spot really thrived on the idea, like, oh, look, we're back in the mix. I think that was sort of why Spot had like a really great attitude this week. I think that's what it was. I do. I think like you were like happy. They're like, look at us back in the mix.
You know what
Hell
I
yeah.
realize? I realize not even like brings up my mood, which I guess it does, but I thrive
In event type of
in
scenarios.
event scenarios. Like it makes me on top of my game.
So I think maybe just coming to the studio every day without any events gets you in like a smooth.
Plus, you have to realize too, it wasn't real life. It was great. It was fun, but it wasn't real life. Like, you know, I wasn't getting up and commuting in traffic and going back and forth and trying to squeeze in a meal.
Yeah, it's like
and
a
then
week.
going
It's
from
like a
one
week
job
of
to
like
the other.
fake life.
It was like fake life. It's like I was able to roll out of bed, do the podcast in my hotel room. We walked a mile to the radio row, did that, got to interact with cool people, came back, was having all these fancy dinners. I didn't have yoga in my, have to teach yoga or do freelance or anything during the week. So it was like, it wasn't real life. So it lightened my load a little bit. Still stressful, but it was fun.
Maybe you should permanently lighten your load then,
Nah.
if it makes you happy. You know what? There's many ways you should be lightening your load, Spot.
Can I do the podcast in my bedroom?
Hey,
every
listen,
day?
do what you want. I do want to ask Tommy. I found some questions your brother wanted me to ask you. So
Oh, God,
if that's
this
cool with
is
you.
insane.
By the way, I did want to ask you something that Sarah said to me that I want to know if you guys agree with her or me. And then I do want to talk about the Super Bowl, the halftime show, and a few things. Sarah asked me last night about what I think about Leonardo DiCaprio dating like a 20-year-old.
That's weird. That's fucking weird, bro.
All right, I'm glad. I agree, but Sarah was like disgusted that I wasn't more disgusted. I was like, yeah, it's sort of gross. She's like, yeah, but are you like grossed out? I'm like, I'm not grossed out. I was like, there's different levels of like, how old is his girlfriend? 19? 19. Leonardo DiCaprio.
What is he, 56 or some shit?
I don't think he's that old, dude. I think he's like your brother's age. Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Leonardo
Is he
DiCaprio.
really?
He's 48. He's a couple of years old. He's 48. He was
Okay.
born in 1974. So he'll be 49 this year. But his
30
girlfriend,
years, dude.
hold on, his girlfriend is 19.
You can't even take her out for a drink.
That's what Sarah said. Sarah's like, it's disgusting. And I'm like, like Misha, I'm just looking at what Misha Barton on page 6 said when she was 19, Leo was trying to get with her. Women in age gap
fucking creepy, dude.
relationships have their say as Leonardo DiCaprio, 48, linked to a 19-year-old model. Sarah wanted to point out last night while we were watching The Last of Us on HBO that the age difference between Pedro Pascal, who you love, Tommy, and the girl he's escorting around, the one with the weird head.
What's up with her face, dude? Nobody talks about her face.
I don't think anything's wrong with her, so I think it's okay that we could like say like,
Okay.
I think she's just odd looking. You know what their ages are? their ages are 48 and 19. So that's like Leo and his girlfriend. Pedro Pascal and that fucking girl are 48 and 19. Meanwhile, Leo is dating a 19-year-old. And I said, I don't know, bro. I told Sarah, I was like, yeah, I think it's gross, but you don't think there's different types of 19-year-olds and different types of 48-year-olds?
I was just gonna say that, like, you're gonna tell me those girls are the same age? Because I looked up Leo's girl and she's fucking beautiful. Like,
Yeah,
she does not look like she's 19.
Leo's girl does not look like the girl from The Last of Us.
No.
And Leo doesn't look like Pedro Pascal. So
Exactly.
no, it's like, I mean, I'm not saying your brother's anything close to that, but he's 46 and Jordan's 30. There are people that would look like your brother and Jordan together don't look weird to me at all. But there are some 46-year-olds that would look really weird with a 30-year-old.
Yeah, dude. And I think it's just more the mental than anything else, though. Because, bro, I was dating a 25-year-old and she's sitting there doing TikTok dances at the bar, and I had to like look away.
Yeah, it's just
You know what I mean?
Is that
Just, like,
embarrassing? You know,
it's
I never thought about it, Tommy.
weird.
Is it embarrassing when you're dating a hot girl that's into that, where she's like, hold on one second, and she's filming herself at the bar or in public?
Dude, it was bad, bro. Like, we were at the bar, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get you a drink. And then I look back to see where she is, and she's got her
she's
phone
like-
set up, and she's doing like one of these, like,
Oh,
and I'm like, yo, like, what am I doing? Like, it's just
like
too much, bro.
Covino mentioned this on the show on Friday, the Fox show on Friday, but we went to that Stardust Lounge in Phoenix, which was like, it was a young crowd. It was in Scottsdale, but like on the dance floor, all these young kids, they weren't dancing like we dance. They were dancing, doing TikTok dances, doing weird things with their hands. It was so weird to
He's right.
see
Before we went to
how-
the Luke Combs concert,
yeah.
we did go to this cool little bar, and a lot of the younger people that were on the dance floor weren't dancing. They were like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like they were doing like some type of like
they were doing
TikTok
like
dances,
pop and lock.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
Like the best description that he made was back when he used to date the Nets dancer and all her dancer friends.
Yeah.
They wouldn't dance like normal people. They did routines on the dance floor, and I remember that they were like popping and locking and dropping and whatever they do. And to see that it's almost like that, where these kids just, they don't know real dancing. They know what they see in 30-second increments on TikTok, and they're just recreating that.
I don't know. You know, someone said that to me the other day, and I believe it was this guy right here, Spot. I was watching a TikTok video. He goes, oh, I know her. How annoying must it be to be with her? It's some couple. Spot hates couples TikTok.
I hate couples talk.
Ah, dude. it's the
Couples
worst.
talk is the worst.
And it's some girl that's like a cute, she has a good body. She's like a cute little dancer type. And she's always like pulling her dude to do dances with her. And Spot's like, I would hate to be with her. And I'm like, yeah, but would you hate to be with her if she was making money doing that?
I mean,
or is
they're
it like,
making money,
is
but-
it the collateral? You know, it's like if you date a fucking rapper, if a lady dates a rapper, she has to sort of assume that he's sleazy behind the scenes. Like if you date an athlete, you got to assume when he's on the road, he might be up to no good.
But here's the thing.
If you date a young hot TikToker, does what goes with that is sort of like you probably have to deal with her just being annoying, right?
For every, I think her name's, is it like Talia Scott?
Something.
Can't stand her. For every her who has millions and millions and probably makes bank, there's another 1,000 women with their husbands or boyfriends doing this, not making any money, and they're just there annoyed. And I'm doing it. I'm saying this for those guys. It's not great.
Couples talk to
I mean,
I hate couples
if your girl
talk.
was hot enough, you'd be sitting there dancing too, though. Like, you would be fucking popping locking if she was hot enough. Because I know I would.
Yeah, Tommy, if you met some hot girl in like Jersey City or Hoboken at a bar,
And she wanted me to
and
dance
she
with
was
her,
a
I'd
fucking-
I pull out my fucking boots.
if she was a fucking smoke show and she's like, Tommy, I have 300,000 followers on TikTok. And she's like, hold on, let's do this trend. All right, I'm going to look this way. You're going to look this way. Tommy would be like, Tommy would
Dude, I
be
had
doing
to do
that shit in a
couple of
second.
those, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
the neighbor that I went on the date with.
Yeah.
Once, she was 27. She is 27. And
How old are you?
I'm 42.
42 and 27, huh? Look at you.
It's a pretty decent age gap. But, I keep tabs on her because she's my neighbor. And I see her she has a TikTok. And she does those types of dances. And I'm like, could I be in her presence with these type of dances? And I feel like I sort of dodged a bullet. Yes, she was hot. But I sort of dodged a bullet because I feel like that would really annoy me.
I don't know.
Maybe I could start a poly talk.
Kevin hit us up saying he works at a college and the students just look younger and younger every year. That's just a coming of age thing. Because I mean, Tommy, you're a bit younger than us, but are there girls that look too young for you? Like, do you look at like an 18 to 20-year-old and say, nah?
Honestly, nah. It's bad, bro. You can't tell. I can't tell. And then, but when you start talking to them, you could figure out like, yeah, we're not on the same level at all.
When we went to that first event in Scottsdale,
Yeah.
it's like everyone is starting to look a little young, and I know they're probably in their early 20s because they're drinking, but they're not old. But everyone's starting to look a little young. It's rough.
I you know what I think it is for me? I don't know what the giveaways are. And if you guys want to chime in with the giveaways, hit us up on the in-show or 412 CNR show. I'll check the text. What are the giveaways that someone is too young for you? Like, or that like, they're young. To me, when we go to an event or party, Tommy, there's such a difference of like a 30-plus-year-old woman getting ready to go out. Like, I don't know, this like she's put together. She has a strut about her. I feel like a 20-year-old girl, like I almost have this weird feeling like she tried hard to get ready. She really can't quite walk confidently in her shoes. Like there's something where like she's playing pretend. Like she's almost like playing pretend. Like I want to be a fucking hot woman, but I'm a kid.
There's something a little sloppy about young people. And I don't mean sloppy in the sense of me.
Posture.
I mean, there's something, maybe not polished. There's something not polished about a younger person. Yeah, there's like random ones that are super hot with their big ass cheeks. Mm-hmm. But like the regular average younger girl just seems a little bit like not refined. Does that make sense?
I feel
Does that make sense, Rich? Does that make sense?
Did you guys see any dirty feet, one shoe club stumblers at in Phoenix or what?
No. Yeah, everyone kept their high heels on at that party.
I will say the one last observation, Tommy, from going to the bars and just seeing people at events at the Super Bowl. Spot's new life has led him to observe dudes too, which is new for our friendship. Like,
so you're sitting there like, that guy's kind of cute. What do you think?
No, that's new to our friendship. Like we interviewed Nate Burleson, and Spot's like, man, he's hot or so.
I did not say that.
You said he had swag. No, you said he had swag, and you wonder why I like black guys.
That's what I said. I said between Nate Burleson and what was it?
Vernon Davis.
I was like, this is why I like black dudes. They have much more swag and confidence.
But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, no, it was. It's definitely interesting when you get to a certain age and you're like, yeah, there are some girls, Tommy, you'll get there, because there was a minute where I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna not think younger girls are hot. But to me, I look at some young girls now and I'm like, too young for sure.
I don't know. I got to switch my mindset soon, dude. I'll be 30 in a month.
That's young,
like,
bro.
Yeah, but you're young, so like you're 30, so I would say like
dressing.
Yeah, even if you date,
bro.
I don't know.
30 is like that's a big number, bro. I'm fucking shitting my pants over here, like dreading it.
30 didn't bother me. 35 did, but 30, while you can't act a fool anymore, you're still allowed to like hang out with young chicks. You'll just be more mature. You'll be like the mature 30-year-old guy.
Yeah, but Tommy, you're 30. Yeah. You're 30. You haven't been divorced. You don't have kids, so it's like. I don't know. Your window. You could date anyone. If you dated a 22-year-old, no one would be like, man, that's crazy. You'll be like, oh, yeah, she's a little young, but no big deal. You're in a really, you're in a pretty easy dating age. Like 30, right now you're 29. 29-year-old could date anyone, and no one would blink an eye. If you dated a girl that was still in college, it would be a little strange. But if the girl's out of school, I don't think anyone's be like, yo, Tommy's dating some young girl. But you hit a certain age, and if you're Leo DiCaprio, who's 48, dating a 19-year-old, and you look like fucking Pedro Pascal with the girl with the long head, it's a little weird. Interesting enough, though. What is the scary age? What's the scary age for you, Spot? When you turn 40? 40 to me is sort of like, ugh.
Well, I told you, 35 was a little rough. 40 was hard.
Yeah, Tommy, 30's no thing. 30's like you're fucking 30.
Great. Like 30 felt great, actually. 30 was like you're turning a point to where you're mature enough and established enough to enjoy life, but you still have youth on your side. Once you hit 35 and you don't have shit lined up, then you start to question things. And once you hit 40 and you don't have certain things lined up, then you really feel miserable.
it's a nightmare.
Then you feel miserable about your life.
Dude.
Doing good,
I
Tommy.
don't know, bro. I'm fucking scared, bro. Because it's like, even the girls I was dating, she was like, I'm gonna be dating a 30-year-old. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
How old is she?
25.
Really? Women usually like older guys, but Matt hit me up saying, yeah, most girls in their early 20s don't know how to walk in heels. Great observation. That's a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Yeah, you see some college girl and she's looking all hot, but she has no like strut to her step because she's like stumbling in her heels because she doesn't know how to do it. Sorry, guys. I'm sick as shit. 39 felt bad. 40.
You sound gross. Don't give me anything, please.
I mean, dude, we keep rotating. You were sick as shit. Then Covino was sick, and now I'm sick. What do you want to do? Sarah's birthday is today, so today is Sarah's last year. Her last year begins in her 30s. She's 39 today.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday, Sarah.
So my last year of sleeping with someone in their 30s. Then it's only old women. So Sarah turns 39
Have
today.
you started working on your upgrade program? Have you filed
Sarah's lease has been extended. So I'm keeping her.
What's the buyout on that? What's the buyout amount on that lease?
Let's see. What age will hit you hard? I feel like I don't know know where you see it weird, Covino and Spot. You see it when your name's in print, right? Like if they run an article about your brother, right? Like Fox Sports Radio slaying it, Steve Covino, 46. You'd be like, what? That shit looks old in writing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, dude. And when you have to scroll back on applications and you realize you got to keep scrolling further and further.
Motherfucker's got to scroll to 1976. What the fuck?
Yeah,
let's see.
Like 3 or 4 good scrolls.
Rashawn hit us up and he said, college girls, overly long hair, wedges, and they think Coach purses are expensive and exclusive. That's true too. Their taste.
Plus, I feel like fashion is weird. It's like at a weird. You know how when we were talking about this last week or 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, when we were preparing to update our gear for travel.
Yeah.
And we go into all these stores and we feel like nothing is made for us anymore.
Yeah.
This is the group of people that are wearing it, and it just looks weird and like misshapen. Like, yeah, there's those girls that wear those tight short dresses with their ass cheeks hanging out, but a lot of girls are just wearing like these weird cut jeans with like floppy asses. Like weird tops, but their asses are hanging out.
I have a question. Why do EJ, Lynn, a bunch of people, including you, Spot, why did they say 35 hit hard?
I don't know.
Why is that? Like that meant nothing to
I
me.
think for what I said, I think 30 is a good turning point.
Yeah,
in
like
life
you're still
because
young.
You're young, but you put your 20s behind you.
Even your
Now
sister,
you're a little
Dawn Covino, said, yeah, 35 sucks.
But
Like, why?
35, you feel like you're supposed to have you're supposed to be married. You're supposed to have a family in check. Your career is supposed to be exactly where you want it to be. 35 should be a turning point.
Is that the pressure? Tommy, do you feel pressure to get married or anything at any point or no?
My siblings have 2 kids each, except Steve. So, I mean, my mom, I think she said she wanted me to be like a dad and shit, but fuck that, dude. Like, I see how many like these kids running around at holidays and stuff, and nobody has time to fucking take a shit. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that life. Bro.
I feel the same way. Like now that I feel like
it's way too selfish.
I feel like now that kids don't seem like it's gonna happen. Now I see like my family with kids, and I'm like, oh, this just seems too stressful for me. I'm like, I'm good.
You know what I think? I think, but it's all gratifying and awesome, but it's tricky having kids, right? But I think when you're older, and if you don't have kids when you get older, I wonder if there's something oddly missing.
When I hit 35, and I didn't because I had wanted kids. I got married at 32. I thought, okay, I'll enjoy life a little bit. And I thought by 35, okay, I would be entering the next chapter of my life. Professionally, I was good, you know. It was personally that I feel like 35 hit me a lot. Then when I hit 40, feel like everything was in
You know what?
shambles.
35, the reason
40,
spot.
I turned 40 in the middle of the pandemic. I didn't have a fucking family. My career was up in the air because it was the pandemic. It was like everything hit me so hard at 40. I was fat.
Everyone's
Like, it was
everyone's hitting us up with the same answer. 35. 35 is good. Is a good age to get a little freaked out because by 35, there's an expectation of, all right, so what are you doing as far as like marriage or kids or, you should be somewhere in your job. Like 30, you're still like, well, I'm still figuring it out. 40, it might be in some people's minds, which it's not. Could be a little too late, but I think 35 because you're like, all right, I'm 35. Am I married? Do I have a family? Do I have the job I want? 35 is I guess that's why it hits people. What do you let's move on to your brother, Tommy. Do you think he's
what about him?
do you think he's gonna have more kids?
What's his
I don't
name?
know.
I think I look at your brother, and I think
I
your
don't think
brother
he's got the time for it, bro. He
Your
doesn't have
brother-
the attention span, I don't think.
your brother feels to me and looks young, but at the end of the day, he's
How
46.
you feeling him? Does the Covino family chat lay into him about what the fuck is he doing to shit or get off the pot with Jordan?
This guy's tall. Look at this guy.
Like, what are they like, bro?
Nah,
what are you
I think
thinking?
that's like taboo. I think. I don't think anybody wants to touch
Like,
that subject.
If this
You know?
were my family, like if it were, let's say with my brother James,
Yeah.
and like he was still stringing Tracy along, I'd say, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting old. Your brother and my brother are very similar. There's something about that year they were born, and the area in which we grew up where they're very similar to me. So like I would say to my brother, like, bro, you're not getting any younger. It's like it's time to like lock it up and settle down and make this happen. What are you thinking?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he got divorced and it's a scary thing to
get
get
it.
married again. And every time Covino goes away, someone's like, "You think he's going to propose?" I promise you, the answer is no. He went to to propose at someone else's wedding. Isn't that like fucking terrible, bad taste?
It's a douchebag move, right?
Yeah, you don't propose. It's like you don't have a baby announcement or propose at someone else's fucking event, right? Come on.
I asked him that too. I was like, bro, you're going to a wedding with Jordan? She's gonna start fucking bugging you, bro. Like after that, and he's like, yeah, nah,
Bro,
nah. Like,
I'm surprised.
Her younger sister got
Right.
married, and she met her guy after Covino and Jordan started dating. So
Her younger sister got married. Her father got remarried. Her best friend just is getting married. It's like, how you dodging
Pressure's
these
on,
bullets?
dude.
How you dodging these bullets?
I don't
'Cause
know.
Something's
Maybe
gonna happen.
I don't know. My suggestion is Spot. Shut the fuck up and let the guy keep going. I
mean,
I think you
no,
like,
because it's,
la 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 la.
honestly, this is out of concern to him because I adore Jordan. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
And like this is gonna come to a head, and he needs to make a move because he ain't getting any younger. Sorry, he's not Leo DiCaprio. It's like the models aren't
he's not going to date some girl with a long.
models
He's not
aren't
going to
gonna
date
be
some
lining
19-year-old
up.
with a long head.
the models aren't gonna be lining up.
I don't know. He's a hot. Covino's a hot commodity.
He is.
Don't downplay Steve Covino. If God
I know.
forbid, if God forbid things didn't
Very
work out
smooth.
if things didn't work out with Jordan, I promise you, there'd be plenty of options for Steve Covino. But I'm not saying he wants that or I want that. I'm just saying don't make it seem like if Covino doesn't end up with Jordan, he's gonna be with like old Mother Hubbard. Your brother's a cool guy and he's good looking. He's successful.
And I agree with Andrew. It's very unfair to Jordan. You're wasting.
Who are you? Are you Jordan? Is he
You're
Jordan?
wasting the best years of her life.
Stop
if you
it.
don't,
I
you're
love
not
this
planning a
conversation.
future. You're
Yo.
wasting the best years of
I'm
her
gonna fucking.
life.
If I were you, I'm gonna block this episode from Jordan's
I
Patreon.
wish I was 30. Man, if I was Tommy, if I was your age, the world would be my oyster. The world. I wish I knew then what I knew now. And I would, oh my God, my 30s would be amazing.
So if you could pick an age to go back to, you'd pick 30.
I think 30 is a great age. Like
All
I
right,
said,
cool. I
you're
needed that.
established.
Thank you.
You're established. You have a career. You got a little money, and you got a little wherewithal, and you can.
You're getting gray though. Like I'm getting a lot of grays,
I got
dude.
grays.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
your brother's been
fucking-
using just Ravatos for years. You'll be fine. You'll
I
be
haven't
fine.
done that yet, bro. I'm scared. I don't want to
It's
do that.
nothing to be scary about. It's easy breezy. I did it. I did it before the Super Bowl, and I look less. It leaves a little, so it doesn't look fake. It's good. It's fine. Promise. I met Sarah right around the time I was your age, Tommy. I met Sarah when I was roughly your age. So hey, maybe you're maybe your queen to be is just around the corner. You don't fucking know. Let's see.
I think
Jordan.
that's the exciting part about it, dude. Of dating and shit is like, the bad bitch could be right around the corner and you have no idea.
Look at that. I'm reading the feedback. Drew Max saying, I'm shocked Covino's got away with no engagement this long. Jordan seems like a great girl. That's from Kyle. Let's see. Nope.
Well, they've been dating for what, 7 years, 6 years, something like that.
I mean, not that long.
5 years?
Aren't we coming up on year 7?
I remember they met in Vegas.
When I
hosted a Hooters pageant, but I remember Emmy and Sarah came to the trip, and Emmy was like an infant in the hotel room.
So that was 2017.
So 2017.
Oh no, an infant.
Emmy was born in May of 2017.
So yeah, it was 2017. So we're approaching
6 years. This summer will be 6 years.
Yeah, he is dodging shit now, though. That's
6
that's a long
years.
time.
I feel like I remember last year was like the 5-year like shitter. I thought there was like a 5-year ultimatum, but I guess that went away.
Kristen still gives me a hard time that I strung her along for 5 years. And so I proposed to her in October. She has since told me, if you didn't make a move by that December, I was out because you were wasting my life.
Dang.
So just
Those
saying,
ultimatums are scary, bro.
They
I
are.
don't know.
Well,
Did you
know
ever
what?
see that Netflix show, The Ultimatum, where like
yes.
those girls would take the guys on? Oh my god!
Yes.
If my brother was on that, dude, that would be fucking great.
Let me tell you, your brother, who I won't talk shit about because I know he has his reasons for everything he does, but I do think that your brother, for all his great characteristics, I think one that a lot of women probably wouldn't be a fan of. That your brother's not going to, I don't think your brother likes to do things until he's cornered. Like, to be honest, the fact that he has Melody, I think it's a blessing because I don't think he would have purposely would have planned to have a child because he's so in his own head. So the fact that Layla's like, we're having a baby is the best thing that ever happened because he got a beautiful daughter because your brother overthinks shit. Do you think your brother is going to... Your brother doesn't like to make decisions. He likes to be like if Jordan was like, fuck you, I'm leaving, that's when he would get her a ring.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
I think he has to be forced into it.
But that's not that's not, I'm not shitting on your brother. I'm just saying that's sort of his character. That's like his that's his vibe. Your brother doesn't
My brother's such a cool, calm dude. I can't picture him like getting down on a knee and saying something meaningful, like from the heart to anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't picture him getting down on a knee and increasing his fucking Jordans.
Your brother doesn't, what your brother doesn't like to do is traditional type of things like that. For as traditional as old school as your family is, and your family has all these, these great morals, and your mom and dad taught him all this old school stuff. Your brother, like the thought of your brother wearing a tuxedo at a wedding. Like your brother got married in Vegas. Like, can you picture your brother? Can you picture your brother getting married and like me, you, Uncle Joe standing beside him? Can you picture can you picture him doing like a mother-daughter? I'm sorry, a mother-son dance at a wedding?
Absolutely not.
Can you picture,
he's not that kind of guy.
Can you picture your brother like doing now for their first dance and have him be like twirling fucking Jordan around? None of that is his style in my mind.
None at all, bro. So yeah, I don't know. None of that shit is. I can't even picture it. Like it's not. Even, I don't think it would ever happen.
I don't know.
You probably just have to elope in Vegas again.
If your brother gets married again, do you think it'll be in Vegas or do you think it'll be like a wedding? Because what if Jordan wants like a wedding?
I feel like she wants maybe.
She probably want it.
Maybe a little destination. Maybe we'll go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I heard it's beautiful.
The banyan trees.
Maybe he'll get married. Maybe he'll get married right underneath that tree
Under a
in
banyan
Hawaii. Where is he? Kauai? Where the fuck is he?
Oahu.
Oahu? I don't. Correct my ignorance, but is Oahu the island?
Yeah.
Because I've been to Honolulu, Maui, and Kauai when I went to Hawaii, but I didn't hit the big island. Is Oahu another island?
Oh, he's in Honolulu.
Okay.
No.
Well, wherever it is, Fox Sports has an affiliate because he's
Oahu.
broadcasting from an affiliate today.
Oahu is the island, right?
Okay. And Honolulu is on there?
Yeah.
No.
God damn it.
God, we're dumb.
God damn it.
Maybe
I've never been.
they're eloping in Hawaii right now for all we know.
It's possible.
Oh, plot twist.
Yeah, Oahu
Oahu.
is the island.
It's funny as hell.
I don't know anything about Hawaii except for the Brady Bunch episode.
Yeah,
I told your brother, I was like, don't
That's
pick
all
up.
I know.
I was like, don't pick up any medallions. So I have a couple rando questions for you, Tommy, and then I do want to talk about Rihanna. I want to talk about the Super Bowl. But I have a list of questions for Tommy and some stuff. Thanks, baby. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Say hi, everybody.
Happy birthday!
Come
hair.
over here. Say hi.
Hold on.
Still feeling sick?
You taking her out for a birthday dinner?
Hold on.
Hi, Sarah.
Hold on.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Happy birthday.
Hi. Happy birthday.
I love your hair.
Yeah,
love
Sarah
it
got
all.
a haircut.
It's all curly, though. I love it.
Yeah. You've been
It's a good look.
So
Dig it.
we got some questions for you, Tommy. Now that
What are you vaping, bro?
yeah, what do you got there? Is that weed or just vape?
No, this one is actually weed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't have work today, so I'm just macking, bro. I'm chilling.
Seems like a good
Chilling
idea.
out.
And by the way, enjoy those days, Tommy. I'll tell you why. Because when you do get older, as you get older, the days of like you just said, like chilling, laying around doing nothing, vaping because you had no work. Those days
Nothing to
are far.
do.
Those days are far and few between. I promise you, those days are far and few between. So, yeah, happy birthday, Sarah. Thank everyone saying happy birthday, honey. Dawn says she loves your hair. Hi, Dawn. Welcome back to the States. Is your sister back yet?
Oh, is she? No, I think she comes in the 17th, dude.
Hold on.
Which will
What?
be fucking sweet. Like my mom loves Dawn, so it'll be good to have her. there for a
Dawn,
little
everyone's favorite Covino, right?
Yeah.
Sarah,
Seriously.
the only creamer we have left is the Snickerdoodle one. How yagadosh does that sound?
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Oh, Jesus. Whoa.
Oh,
Sarah.
Jesus Christ.
Woo, Sarah. Nothing.
Happy
Spot
birthday.
check, nothing. Yeah, vaping on your day off laying around is the definition of a guy that's almost 30 with no kids or no wife. So fucking live it up because you'll,
My God,
Yeah, bro.
not that, listen,
dude.
not that life as a married guy or with kids is bad. It's just different. That's all. Different joys, right? Like, you know, it's joyful when you got kids. When I got home from Phoenix and my kids missed me all week and they were waiting at the door like, we love you, daddy, and like jumping on you and hugging you and like, we love you, we miss you. That shit's nice, man. It's nice. All right, so being that work is slow in the world of appraisals,
It's the worst, dude.
what are some side hustles you are thinking about picking up?
Oh my God, I'm about to hit up Kevin K. Diddy and go back to Stagehouse, bro. Fucking wait tables again.
Oh, do
Like
it.
a fucking dumbass.
Why not?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, for some side money, bro.
Sarah, come here a second. Oh, poor baby.
Are you all sick?
Yeah, we're all sick.
All right. Am I gonna? You're this house
Oh,
is
jeez.
this house is gross.
You
Why
think-
would you let me come over?
Do you think you look? How old are you today?
Oh, dude.
39.
Atta girl.
Damn, those cheeks are nice for 39. Do you think Tommy?
What does that mean?
By the way, that's not a compliment.
No, it is. You have the best.
39.
There's
Those
not-
cheeks are
They're
nice.
cheeks.
There's you have.
That's it.
No, there are no better 39-year-old cheeks I've ever seen. I'm being serious. That's Tommy. Is that not a compliment? It's a fucking
that would
compliment.
be
Just
taken
don't
multiple
add
ways,
in the
bro.
39 for 39. Just say those are nice cheeks.
You're firm. You have good ass pocket.
Oh.
Good.
Boots, let me tell you. Now that as someone who has seen the array of women of various ages, for 39, you're ahead of the game. Let me tell you.
Jeez, you look fit. I mean, I
Yeah,
fucking.
like there's some 39-year-olds that
lucked
look
out.
like they're 59.
You do not look 39.
You look.
Please,
I appreciate
You look at
love
least.
it.
You don't look a day over 30.
Sarah. If Tommy was trying to make some side money, if a girl he was dating was like, "Let's do an OnlyFans couple thing together," do you think he should do it?
I'd have to wear a mask or something.
What if he could wear a mask?
I'd have to. Kidding me? My mom finds that or some shit. It's over.
That's gonna
My
live
mom
with
disowned
you
me.
forever.
I'd only live with him
No,
if.
no. In your it will.
In his
live
head, who
with you
cares?
Forever.
Well, I don't know.
You guys talk about feeling dirty after you guys jerk off. You really don't think that sometimes you're not gonna think about that late at night and that's gonna keep you up at night? Be like, oh man, I really just did that.
I don't know. If Tommy was wearing a luchador mask,
Yeah, seriously, I'll put a Batman mask on or some shit.
I've
You
considered
won't know who I am.
Batman mask.
People have, based on our new lifestyle, people have really requested that Kristen and I start a OnlyFans.
You would make bank, bro.
Like,
So would you do an OnlyFans for Kristen?
But who wants to see like our soft bodies flopping around? It's like we're not hot. We're not like Leo Lulu, where she's got a nice curves, but like who wants to see my like gut flap just like smacking into her ass cheeks?
You know why?
Joe, make an extra tier, bro.
I think because there's something very what's the word?
Would you guys watch
There's
it?
something very well. You're my pal, so it'd be very tough. But I might watch one time. Truthfully, if you want my truthful, honest opinion, I would say no. But one time I'd be like, Sarah, let's fucking watch them fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I would watch one time. I'm not gonna lie.
And we have like we don't
Know what I would watch? I would watch if it was like you posted a video of you and Kristen with like some random chick.
like maybe like I told you, like Kristen and I just have very passionate love. We make passionate love.
Nah, I don't think I would watch.
No one wants to watch that, but like
Nobody wants to watch that.
other people love to be fucked. So it's like women. I'm talking about women. So it would be different. So maybe like if I link, so there's a lot of content creators on these apps that are like, oh, we want to join. You want us to join you, or we'll make content together. So maybe like if I hit the right person, I would consider doing it with like someone else. I don't think I would want to. I don't think Kristen would be into that. She has a very professional career, and I wouldn't want to risk that for her.
But someone just said all it takes is one person to see it and mess up your life. But that means they would have to be seeking out your OnlyFans. And Tommy's not a politician. He's not a public figure. He does appraisals and he makes a nice living and he's doing side hustles. Do you think Tommy Covino's life's going to be ruined if someone blew him in a mask?
Depends if I get an STD or not. But
They're all curable except a couple.
I've had that proposed to me before, bro, and I couldn't pull the trigger, bro.
What was the exact
Yeah.
proposal? Hold on. What was the exact proposal?
This girl I actually went to high school with her, and we ended up hooking up a couple times, and she was like, "Oh, I actually do. You guys know the website Chatterbait,
Yeah.
or no?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pop-ups always come. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, I do Chatterbait." I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And she was like, "Getting paid bank." And she was like, "If you ever want to, I'll give you 50%." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know if I could do that, bro."
I have a question.
As tough as times are,
Would you
maybe
let
hit her up again?
As tough as times are.
Would you let just your dong, like let's say it was like a glory hole sort of situation? Would you just put like
hell yeah.
You'd put your dong on camera?
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. Come on, bro.
Oh, you know what you do,
So why
Tommy?
don't you
You know what you
get
do?
paid for that?
You wear a mask. Here's the deal. Ready? You wear a mask and you get a bunch of temporary fake tattoos. Put them everywhere. People think, oh, he's all tatted up. That's not Tommy.
Tommy,
That's a good one.
I know you're on the hub. There's so many quote unquote amateur porn people that are essentially, they just blur their faces. You could easily
Come
do
on.
it. You could easily do it.
You need to
Oh
find two
no!
willing
Someone
parties for that,
someone
bro.
chimed in and said you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh,
It might
no.
be your mom. It might be your dad. I don't know.
My mom's gonna kill me.
Tommy,
I
use
didn't
your
do it, Mom.
discretion,
So it's all
Tommy.
right.
You ought to be ashamed of
You ought
yourself.
to be ashamed of yourself.
I would never do that, mother.
Your mom should call. And
You're right. He would never do that.
No.
He would never care. He would never do it. So let's see. Let me.
oops.
Let's see. Sarah just texted me. She could have just came in the room. She goes, "What if you met your future wifey? Would you ever have to tell her? And what if she cared? Like, what if you met
Tell
the
her
girl of your dreams and she's like, wait, you were on, you were on OnlyFans with some other girl?
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
people
That goes
are-
to the grave with me, bro.
People are much more understanding and free these days.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. If Sarah had OnlyFans when she was younger, would you still marry her?
You know, it's funny you should say that. I talked about that with Danny G. Believe it or not, at the airport, because we saw some girl headed to Vegas.
Oh my
I'm not Vegas.
God.
We saw some girl headed to Phoenix or Vegas or somewhere.
My God.
There was a girl at Burbank Airport who looked like she was, no joke, Tommy,
About to walk out on stage.
about to walk out on stage. Like she was, she had a perfect spray tan. Her boobs were hanging out, cheeks were hanging out, and she was at the airport.
had
We're like,
boots.
she decided, I don't even want to check a bag. I'm going straight to work at the strip club. Like there was no hiding why she was traveling. Like she was probably doing a weekend in Vegas or a weekend at the Super Bowl, right? And I said, would you have cared if OnlyFans was around 20 years ago? If your girl was on OnlyFans but didn't show nudity, just did like, I guess, provocative stuff, would you have cared? I don't think I don't think I would have cared unless it was nudity. What do I know?
Well, it's tricky, and I think a lot of this now in my new lifestyle. I'll save it for poly talk. But when you're not looking for your person, you really do kind of lower your standards. And I don't want to say standards.
Well, that's why I told you were too picky in Phoenix. You're proving my point.
I don't mean your physical standards. You lower like if this person's a stripper, like for a permanent life partner, which even though that's a little bit judgy, but or a sex worker, for a permanent life partner, that might be something that doesn't vibe with you or might not work.
Okay.
But if it's someone that you're just casually dating and hooking up with, who gives a shit?
That's true.
It's like,
who cares? Yeah.
You know, it's as long as everyone's being safe, there's no difference in that. So like,
it could be something serious too. Like, let's say it's a moral issue. Like, let's say you're super Jewish and you want to marry a Jewish girl. But if you're just dating, you can hook up with anyone. I mean, that's the point. You know, everything changes. All right.
Just saying.
A couple more questions for Tommy from your brother, who hit me up with a prep. Your brother gave me a prep sheet for you, Tommy. How funny is that? It's like, here's talking points from my brother.
He loves that.
He goes, your Pokemon cards were a big letdown, huh?
Oh, bro, we want to talk about this?
You thought you had a gold mine. You thought you were going to sell your Pokemon cards for thousands, and what happened?
Dude, I couldn't find them for years, bro. Years. And I could have swore I was sitting on a fucking gold mine, bro. I had like a whole binder, and I thought I gave them to one of my ex-girlfriend's brothers, and I was like, fuck, that motherfucker got away with it. But I found him. I was at my parents' house. So I took him to this, like, they have like this card shop in Livingston. It's like some Dungeons and Dragons fucking shop. And I was like, all right, I just want to know how much it's worth. Like, let me know. And she was like, "Oh, you got some good ones." And I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
You think you're talking to Chumley? You think what's the guy that Covino always talks about?
Sponsor.
Rick from Port. You think you're getting some big time offer?
Dude, she goes, "Okay, so cash or credit?" I'm like, "Well, how much are we talking?" And she's like, $33.68. And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. $33."
Oh, you thought 3,368.
Dude, fucking wild. So I was like, yeah, no thanks. I'm not going to sell my childhood to you. I'll give these to my fucking nephew. And I just walked out of there.
33 buckaroos. Not good. All right, so
dude, fucking so dumb.
So anyone that thinks they have anyone that thinks they have Pokemon cards or Hesh trucks or baseball cards or something that's worth money, just it might not be as valuable as you think. You might be holding on to nothing.
Some guy DM'd me and wanted to give you some money for it. Did you hit him up?
What is he talking? Is he talking big bucks?
You got to talk to him. Some guy, after we posted that clip, some guy DM'd me and he was like, "Yo, my kid is really getting into Pokemon. I'll give Tommy a ton of money for him. Have him hit me up." And I sent the info to Tommy. He was like, "Who's this guy? What the fuck is this guy?"
He said ton of money, quote unquote.
Yes. I told you to hit him up. Why didn't you?
By the way, to quote your sister,
I'm about to hit him up right now.
To quote your sister Dawn, laugh my ass off, loser.
Seriously,
Pokemon cards.
Yeah. I can picture your sister thinking, my brother went through my parents' stupid attic finding these things. They're worth $30. Tommy, you could have sold them and got a Chipotle burrito and a coffee on your way home.
I know. It's like, this doesn't even buy me lunch, lady. Are you serious? Get me out of here.
Hilarious. All right, hold on one second. I got some more questions for Tudmaster Tommy from your brother. Your brother said, is there a weird pressure in your life? Because he said some of your friends, it's going back to what we were talking about before, but some of your friends are starting to get married and you're hitting that age.
That's funny. I was actually just talking about that with this girl I was talking to. And I was just like, dude, it's just like turning 30. You see all your friends having kids and shit and, getting married. And you're just sitting here fucking playing video games, fucking shooting hoops. And you're like, damn, I'm nowhere near that, bro. And it's kind of like a reflection. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck that. Do I really want that? I don't think so.
Some people do it for the wrong reasons. Then they end up divorced half the time. Pressure. A lot of times people are like, I'm 30. Let me get married. Some people are like, hey, I'll be a bachelor as long as I want. Some people are just waiting for the girl that, I'll tell you what, when I met Sarah, it just felt right, as corny as that sounds, because I dated so many other girls and good-looking girls too, but they were all sort of a pain in my ass. Everyone was a pain in my ass. Like Spot will back me up. Spot knew all the girls I dated. Everyone was sort of a pain in the ass. Like there was a scale of like hotter the girl, likelihood that she'd be a pain in the ass. Right? That was just sort of like what I came up with. Like I dated some nice girls, but yeah, that was sort of it. Like give me a hard time, being jealous, being like, really just like a hassle. And then Sarah just came along, and she was just the sweetest, kindest, easiest to get along with. And
I mean, she lets you get away with a little too much.
Like Sarah,
but yeah,
Spot says she lets me get away with too much. Like she's
a little too nice.
Sarah's too nice, but Tommy, I was like, I gotta lock this up because I've never met a girl this beautiful and sweet that doesn't bother me. Like, and to this day, Sarah doesn't bother me. So, I guess my word of advice to you, if you even want it, is if you meet a really hot girl that's really cool and nice and a good person, and they don't bother you. Because no, you don't want. What do you not want for the rest of your life? Someone what?
Dude,
Bothering you.
I'm getting to the point where I'll take an uglier chick if she doesn't fucking bother me. Like if she's hot enough and she doesn't bust my balls, like
hold out, Tommy, because you'll find the hot. If you can find a girl that's beautiful and sweet, the key also is to find a hot girl that's not cocky about it. Like. When there's a hot girl that's like, I'm fucking hot. It's like, oh, you just lost hotness because you think you're fucking hot. Like Sarah's too humble to me. Like to me, in my mind, Sarah's too humble. So find a sweet girl that's hot that doesn't bust your balls.
It's tricky because these younger girls are all they're all skewed. Their thoughts and views on the world are very skewed.
Yeah,
and dating.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's not easy anymore. There's no easy out there.
But
so
Tommy,
the girl I was dating, she was fucking dope, dude. She was cool. Like, didn't really post on social media much, which I like because, like attention-seeking bitches. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
so
attention-seeking
cool,
bitches.
chill. She was pretty. She was nice, but went through my phone twice, dude.
Oh.
2 times.
Was she justified?
What'd you say?
Was she justified?
No, dude, no. But I mean,
the
you
thing
go
is,
through any man's phone.
you gotta find something.
Yeah, you can go through the fucking priest's phone and you're gonna find something, bro. And that's what I told her.
Well, that's a bad example, Tommy.
She saw like
I don't know. You go through a priest's phone, you might find DMs with a little boy or something.
Yeah, that's a bad example.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
It could be worse. Some priests just.
And she saw some shit, and I'm just like, yeah, it's like a different level of crazy, bro. Like, there's always something with every girl. Like, she could be this, she could be that, but she's gonna go through your phone when you're cooking dinner or some shit. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You know what?
Something.
It's there is always something. You know what? Too. It's I can imagine in your age range, things have changed where you could be dating someone and there's still that back of your mind mindset of like, could I get the upgrade? And women probably feel that too. So it's like you're probably always like facing off. Like if you fuck up, like you're like, yo, is she gonna try to like meet someone else?
Dude, always looking for the upgrade. That's
always.
That's like it's because we're never satisfied, bro. And that's why I think I can't really settle down. It's because you're always looking for that upgrade instead of just being happy than what you're with. I'm just like, yeah, she's but I can get hotter. Like I can definitely get hotter.
That's why.
And it's such a bad mindset, bro.
You're frustrated because you have access to so much. Your frustration tolerance for people is so low that one mistake from either party, it's like on to the next. People really don't know what they want.
Your brother
That's the biggest thing I've discovered. Nobody knows what they really want.
You know what, your brother? Would you agree, Spot? Not to interrupt you, but Tommy and his brother Steven have one commonality, which is, I'm not saying it's a bad trait, but it's not the best one. I remember when we were all single, Spot could back me up that Steve Covino's number one thing he would always ask all his boys was like, yo, bro, is she hot enough? What do you think?
He's so self-conscious.
Yeah, like we'd be at the bar in Hoboken and he'd be dating a girl. And we'd be like, yo, what's up, Covino's like, yo, guys, come here, yo, the girl I'm dating. Yo, you think she's hot enough? And I remember always being like, yeah, dude, she's hot. And you know what? She's cool too. He's like, yeah, bro, but for real, bro. Think she's hot enough? And I'm like,
yeah,
you have to, first of all,
we do that.
you have to think she's hot. Who gives a fuck what I think? Yes, she's hot, but stop. And he'd be like, yeah, cool, bro. But yo, what do you think of her ass? Her ass is hot enough, right? Yo, like she's pretty, right? She's pretty, right? Yo, I remember one of his exes. I won't call her out. He was so consumed by the fact that she had mediocre style. She's like, yo, she's wearing some like doo-doo shoes, bro. Like, yo, is she hot enough? She got weird shoes. I'm like, really?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was hot. One of his exes was super hot, but she had awful style because she dressed like a grandma. And we'd be on a double date night, right? And he'd be like, yo, bro, like, what is she wearing? I'm like, yeah, who cares? But he'd be like, yo, she's wearing like grandma shoes and like baggy jeans. I'm like, I don't know. That was before baggy jeans were popular. That was when, girls wearing like tight low-rise jeans. And do you remember when Covino would be like that, Spot?
Of course.
Yo, she hot enough, bro?
Yeah, dude, we're the Covino men we're fucked in the sense that like we don't care how crazy or weird a girl is, as long as she's hot enough to be there.
Yeah,
she'll be there,
I'm not bad mouthing his ex. I won't. That's rude and wrong. You know, your brother's not perfect either. I'm sure she has her fucking side of the story too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I remember being like, yeah, dude, it's like in my mind, I thought marrying her would not be the easiest path because, she wasn't necessarily the easiest type of person to get along with. But he was glamored by the fact that she was hot.
That shit'll make you look past so much.
Yo,
stuff,
bro,
dude. You know how it is.
she doesn't get along with your family and your friends. Yeah, bro, but and I'm thinking to myself, your mom and dad are so fucking nice. I love your parents. I text your mom. Your mom's the sweetest woman in the world.
She's the best.
Your mom's a great man. Every time I see your dad, it's fucking the nicest guy. So when I'm like, it doesn't get along with your family and your friends, not really. But yeah, everyone's different. So what I'm saying is, don't follow that Covino tendency.
My parents are hard critics, though. I'll give them that.
They are hard critics, but I believe one of your exes, I won't call her out, but didn't one of your exes wasn't necessarily the best story, but she was hot?
Yeah, my mom threw her out of the house like by her hair. It was a scene.
Can you give us the cliff notes of that story, please?
Oh, dude, I was dating this chick. It was during coronavirus. I was still living in my mom's basement, so I had to like abide by mom and dad's rules and shit. And she was a nurse, so she was like right in the mix of the coronavirus and stuff. And my mom and dad were like super like.
Hold on, Spot.
scared.
Do you still have the
What?
Cardi? Do you still have the Cardi B coronavirus clip? We haven't played in 3 years. Coronavirus.
I've been dying to play this recently. I don't know why. I just miss it.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! Shit is getting real!
There you go. Say coronavirus.
Coronavirus!
So my parents were like super freaking out about it, dude. And I had this hot chick, fat ass, that just kept coming in through my back door, side door, back door.
Whoa, hey.
Hey.
Not like that.
Yeah.
But like just bringing up like germs and shit. And my mom's like, don't bring that infected chick in this house when I'm fucking your dad and your mom, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was like, and I would still sneak her in because I was mad horny as hell, son. And, just sneak her in. And then my mom was like, get that bitch out the house, blah, 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 blah. And it was just, bro, it was a nightmare. And actually, ever since that day, there was a beef between her and my ex that it was just, I don't think I could ever get back to it. You know what I mean? It was kind of done after that.
Wow.
So thanks a lot, Mom.
Is this the one you did date a girl that I always remember being like, yo, she's smoking hot, but I believe she was a mom, right? Is the same girl?
Yeah, same girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
same kid.
she beautiful. You were probably glamored the way your brother gets with women. I remember you even sent us a picture once, like, yo, look at this rumpy.
Yeah, she was hot, dude, but also crazy. So
Is that the one that's like officially done now? You just said?
yeah, no, that's done. That's been done since like the summer.
I remember telling you that when you date a girl with a kid, I know you're Master Pullout, but you're one situation away from being a family of 4.
My brother used to say that shit to me all the time, bro. It scared the fucking shit out of me.
Well,
could you imagine, bro? It's a family of 4?
Bro,
I have no responsibilities.
I had
That's
a
crazy.
college buddy. One of my buddies in college was dating a girl that was hot. He was in college. He was like early 20s after college. Hooked up with this girl he met at like a go-go bar. She was hot, but not maybe not, the type you settle down with. I don't want to be judgy, but he came from like a conservative type of family and she was a little not conservative. He got her pregnant And yeah, now, I think they were together for a long time. They still might be together, but yeah, family of 4. All of a sudden he's like, oh, went from single guy to family of 4. So
That's terrible, bro.
beware, bro.
Some guys are built for that stepdad life, though. Like some guys will happily be a stepdad.
Yeah, you
I don't know, I was more like a big
cut. You
brother.
gotta be cut from that cloth, man.
Hell yeah. And now that I'm getting older, bro, it's like a lot of the hot chicks do have kids, and I'm like, am I gonna go down this road again, bro, or do I just kind of want to steer clear?
It's a good question from Tony.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that because Kerry had the same question, but I want to say one more thing about your brother and you. One of our close friends and listeners hit me up and said, "Holy shit! When your brother Tommy was single for that year in between Layla and Jordan, he would constantly send this guy pictures and be like, yo, is this girl hot enough?" That's the number one. That's the number one Steve Covino question. Is she hot enough?
That is a concern. Even I have that. Like, I'm like, there are certain people, like I said, my standards lower just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking for a life partner, but I still do have attraction standards.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, it's not like that. Like, what are my friends going to say? Because, like, when I show you certain people that I've hooked up with, I don't want you to be like, huh. There is that, like, that almost friend pressure that exists because you don't want them to be like, oh. You want them to think highly of you.
That is true, Spot, but I would never be like, yo, I mean, as much as you think I'm a judgy dick, when it comes to my friends and stuff like that, I never judge who they're dating or who they're hooking up with. I'll judge strangers like everyone else does. Like, yo, look at that fucking train wreck. But one of my good friends is like, this is my girl or guy. I'm not gonna be an asshole. By the way, Rashawn has a good question. When you dated single mom, if you date a single mom, does she always have sweet snacks on standby?
Yeah, bro.
Did she have like Dunkaroos and fruit snacks in her car?
Nah. She was a terrible cook, bro. She cooked once for me, and I think she left the shrimp tails on. And like by the end of it, I'm not even joking. There was vodka sauce all over my like cabinets and shit. I could not cook at all. Like terrible situation.
Not good.
I could cook better than her.
So Kerry and Tony asked the same question. Spot, you want to take it away?
They would both like to know, what is it that you bring to a relationship? Like you're talking about what the girls bring. What do you bring to a relationship?
You're handsome and funny, but what else is on the top?
Yeah,
what else does Tommy bring that would be a good selling point?
Me? Oh, dude. This is like, you want me to read you my Tinder profile or something?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, actually, I do.
I wonder if I could find it. Yeah, I want to know what you bring to.
I tell you what.
Can you send me a screenshot of it? Text it to me.
Let me see if I.
Oh wait, you can't. No, then your phone will. No, forget it.
Okay.
We're gonna lose your video.
Yeah, dude,
it's.
I don't know.
But then again, it sounds terrible, but he's handsome and funny. Aren't those two important things?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is, but like, even like.
No, all right. Beyond handsome and funny, what's substance? Like, what would you be like? I really like having deep conversations. Do you feel like you need to get maybe a little deeper with some of these women, or no? Are you an emotional guy behind closed doors?
Yeah, hell yeah. I can definitely hold a conversation with anybody about anything.
Yeah,
that's true.
It doesn't matter what the fuck it is.
What's your EQ like? Like, do you feel? Are you emotionally stable? Do you feel like you work on yourself? Do you feel like you have self-awareness? Like, what do you bring to like?
Nah, I don't think so. I think I kind of give them just a shell of myself, and if I really like them, maybe let them in a little bit. But like,
are you like one of those dudes? Are you like one of those dudes on The Bachelor that are like, I'm scared to open up? Is that you? Are you?
Oh, this is very sweet. Your sister Dawn said Tommy's actually very thoughtful and caring. You are a sweet. You're very, and I hate to say this, but you are a very sweet kid. You're really nice. You're a nice guy.
Yeah, I always love it.
I enjoy spending time with you, but I wonder how that translates to like your interactions with women.
I'll give you a compliment, Tommy. Every time Tommy's one of those guys that's fun to be around, and that's an intangible.
That's very
right?
important.
That's an intangible. Like you go to the bar, you go to a party with friends and family. Tommy's one of those guys that you want to be around. But when you're in a relationship, do you open up enough? Are you emotionally available? Do you anticipate a woman's needs, not just sexually? Like, are you like the type of guy that's like, she's having a bad day, let me do something nice for her? Or are you a little too self-absorbed, like your brother?
Nah, I think me and my brother are different on that. Like, I think I'm very thoughtful and like, I'm there. Like, if you want to talk on the phone, bad day for hours, like, fuck it, I'm there. You know what I mean? But like, dude, I don't know. I can't cook. I drive a 2014 RAV4.
Rad for.
You know, so besides being funny and nice, bro, that's all I got. And if I lose my hair, it's all over.
I've discovered.
You have great hair.
This is gonna sound a little weird and conceited,
bro.
but I've discovered that I have this power that when people get within a certain radius of me, they get drawn in and sucked in, and they will tell me like their deepest, darkest secrets on a first date. And I'm like, why? Why are you trauma dumping your life on me?
Maybe you put the vibe out there, Spot, that you are emotionally
secure,
available, and secure enough. Yeah.
Like I think I created. I'm a very calm, stable individual. Just because I have a wife at home, keeps me grounded. I've done a lot of work on myself over the last several years, and I feel like I bring a calm energy to people where people are just like bleh, telling me their life stories. Like I met someone this weekend that was just like, I don't know why I just told you that. I'm like, I know why, but it's great. So do you present that? Like, do you allow people in? Because a lot of times to allow people in, you have to give a piece of yourself outward. And sometimes you can't do that too fast, too quick, or too soon. But
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I keep it very surface level, like especially since like my last breakup, just very surface level bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like nothing too deep. Like this girl's never in my family or nothing like that.
How many dates do you start getting a little bit more personal? Or does it depend?
I think it gets personal once the peen comes out. Yeah,
once the peen comes out.
I think it starts getting personal after that, and then you start telling her how much you care about her. But until then, you gotta keep it cool.
I'm surprised because I thought you would use like the sweet side, the soft side to unleash the peen. Like that would be your in. You'd be like, yeah, I'm soft, bro. He's my peen.
I have a thought based on what Tommy said. Now, I think I'm right on with this, and I know people are going to disagree with me, but I think sometimes in relationships and dating. By the way, Spot, when you fixed the light, did you make me too fucking bright?
I may have.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was look good, and all of a sudden I feel like there's a fucking white light on my head.
Well, I tried to give you a little bit more
soften
on the
me
natural spectrum. I'll soften it a bit.
Okay. I think in the dating and friendship world, perfect. In the dating and friendship world, I'm not saying I disagree, but when Spot says things like, not just Spot, when people say things like working on yourself or this or that or opening up or there's sometimes I'm like, I think people are digging too deep for things sometimes, where sometimes just being enjoying life on the surface isn't so bad. Like, if you start digging deep, then you're always depressed and always super thinking like, you know what? I'll give you an example. Like,
it's not a way to live though. You're just,
you're stop it.
You're ignoring reality.
There's people we know.
I live in my feelings.
There's people we know that live in their feelings, and people that live with the drama of the world around them, right? And then there's people that are like, I'm just going to enjoy my day. And sometimes I rather just enjoy my day, right? Like there's people that are like, go on social media. There's people like, can you believe what's happening in the world? And it's like, yeah, but are you going to, are you going to let that bother you? Are you going to let that ruin your day? Or are you going to just laugh with your kids, have a good laugh with your wife, go get a cup of coffee, go to work? Like, why? I feel like some people, when they dig too deep, why do you have to dig deeper? Because then what?
You can't walk through life with your head in the clouds, Rich. And
to quote Donald Trump's lawyer, says who?
But you live a very blessed life, and people, it's great. I'm very happy for you. But they're like, look at your friend Nicole. Like she was coasting along, living a great life, happy, very successful, and literally
and
something
fucking
came along
got hit by a fucking truck.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like some people are blessed and are able to do that. Some people, reality fucking smacks them in the face at every turn, and it's difficult to ignore.
No, and everyone has their ups and downs. Some people have more downs and more ups than others. But what I'm saying is, shit that's out of your control, and all good or bad shit going on around the world. People that are get all consumed in that. I don't know. I don't get why that makes you like a deeper person. Or when someone's like, get more in touch or like dig deeper, like what about your childhood? And I'm like, why can't you just enjoy your day? What's so wrong? I'm not saying live a surface life because I have great deep conversations. I talk to people more than anyone you know, Spot. I'm always on the phone.
I know.
Listening to people and having good conversations, but
how deep are those conversations, or are they just a bunch of superficial conversations?
I don't think they're all superficial, but I think I don't, I'll listen to someone tell me about their marriage, or we'll talk about like working on their marriage, or how are you doing? Like
I'm sure, you know what, where I think that you probably get, obviously you have to, is like Sarah's your sounding board for the deep shit. Like I'm sure you reveal a lot of yourself to her, and that's where you like unload the stuff that's weighing heavily on you. You keep it close.
Yeah, but I just think like
you keep it tight.
I don't know. I live by the rule. I live by the rule of Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother. Let me look up the exact quote. I'll find it. I'll find it because it's a great quote. It's a great quote, but I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on.
We're all works in progress, Rich. We're always all working on ourselves, and like, I don't think it's as extreme as you're making it sound, but we all have to work on ourselves and address things that are bothering us. Like I have so many I'm a fairly happy guy, even though compared to you, I'm not that happy, but I'm a fairly happy guy. And I know that I have a lot of unaddressed issues that I probably should go to therapy about, but I'm able to exist in life and be happy and enjoy things. But there are a lot of people out there that don't have those coping mechanisms, whether it be from a unaddressed mental issue or unaddressed trauma.
But why can't it be? Why can't it simply be? I know my shortcomings. I work on them. I don't need someone else to tell me them.
No, it's not.
Why? But why? Tell me why, though.
Because you're boiling it down to the simplest explanation.
But why are you complicating it?
Some people just can't process that, or it's a compound of issues, or
but is it really an issue?
Like trauma affects different people in different ways.
To quote Barney Stinson.
Oh, here we go. Like Rich.
When I get sad, I stop being sad and I be awesome instead. What's wrong with that mentality? When I get sad, I stop being sad and I be awesome instead. Listen, man, we hit a year and a half ago, close to 2 years ago, in the middle of a pandemic. We lost our ESPN gig. We got our salary cut at SiriusXM. We started doing our Patreon. Fox didn't happen yet. You don't think professionally and personally I was nervous and worried but what did I do? Did I mope around? Did I
moping is not the automatic.
Everyone goes through their ups and downs, but I wasn't a sad sack of shit like some people get when bad things happen. Like when my mother was about to lose her house and I had to go run to New York to fucking move her shit and do everything. Was I a sad sap, or I said, nope, got to step it up and do what you got to do? Some people just... but
it sounds like there were moments where you probably lived in your feelings or got a little stressed. But you're able to self-soothe, and a lot of people are able to self-soothe.
What's wrong with that?
I'm a self-soother, but it's still not 100% effective. Self-soothing is not 100% effective.
Well, there seems to be a lot of sad people out there. So is that the answer?
No, but they would need to address their issues. We all need to address our issues.
But tell me why, though.
Because if you don't address them...
Why does Tommy need to address his issues if he even has any?
I mean, Tommy, do you feel like you have issues?
According to you, everyone has
issues. With people. Bro, nobody addresses their issues, bro. That's why nobody's fucking happy deep down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm saying if you... But all right, if you were to say, well, Tommy, that's something for you to address. To me... maybe I don't know. What? So you think talking to someone for everyone is the answer?
Yeah.
Really?
But you have to.
But then again, maybe us talking every day, maybe us doing a podcast every day and putting our feelings out there.
Yeah, but even that's like difficult.
Most people don't do anything like that. Most people sit down.
Like I can't share with you my deepest secrets because they'll be skewed and taken wrong. It's like, so like look at recently. I shared with you how stressed I was about my job, and you just shit on me because you're a biased party. Whereas someone who's not biased might be able to give me a little bit more constructive criticism about how to handle it in a positive way. So you have to deal with things in a certain way. Like, but you have to be solution focused. Like you're thinking, oh, people need to just go sit on a couch and blab every day. No, there's solution focused therapy. There's therapy that helps you deal with trauma. Like a lot of people have dealt with a lot in their lives, Rich. You know, like I could argue that I still have unaddressed trauma from what I went through 5 years ago. I still have unaddressed trauma from losing my mother. I have unaddressed trauma from losing my father. It's, you know,
I'm just curious.
There's a lot.
And you're probably right, but I'm just curious. What is that when you say unaddressed trauma?
Yeah.
Like
I haven't worked it out. And like my wife is a therapist, but she's my wife. And I shouldn't be unloading that on her, even though she's a trained professional and knows how to handle it. But she can't talk to me like a therapist. She has to talk to me like a wife. And
see, Brett's a bozo because Brett said, I don't think you should knock people for getting therapy. I never once did that, you bonehead. What I said was, I don't think everyone benefits the way some do from that because
like Rich, like I said earlier, and Reggie agrees. I think you've had a very blessed life, and I wish you a continued blessed life. I really do.
That's because anytime I hit an obstacle, I try to address it, and I don't bitch about it and whine about it.
I think you've hit truly real obstacles.
But you don't know anything about me until I met you, which is half my life, and then you don't know every detail of my life.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
what the hell do you know?
Your parents divorced, but you were already older, so that didn't really affect your formative years. Your siblings, I would argue, maybe it affected them a little bit more because they were younger. You know, we've all been through a lot, but laughing it off and saying I'm awesome is not always a coping mechanism that works for everyone.
The quote is, when I get sad, I stop being sad and I get awesome instead. That's the quote. I get what you're saying.
Like I
get what you're saying. I just think
I have self-soothed so much.
Oh, here's something that I agree with.
But clearly it hasn't worked because it bubbles over in certain ways.
Here's something I agree with.
I self-soothe every night, bro.
I know you
this
do.
This guy self-soothe. Yeah.
I only self-soothed like once last week because I was so tired.
One of our listeners hit me up, and you know what? This is an interesting thought. This is a really interesting thought because I think I have two people in my life. I have two people in my life that I've told my deepest, darkest secrets to. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not one of them.
And you're not one of them.
Nope. I know that.
Yeah, Covino, long ago, Covino goes, don't trust that guy. He's spiteful. Covino told me years ago. Covino said,
it's so funny, like you say that, and I am a spiteful individual.
Covino goes, I would never trust. That's Covino's like, never tell Spot anything truthfully, like big time, because he's the type of guy that's spiteful.
I am a spiteful individual, but unless you did something really horrible towards me, I would never do that to another person.
So I think everyone has one. It could be, you don't need a therapist, but then again, not knocking therapy.
And I know a lot about you. I know enough about you to destroy you. So I would never
destroy me. What does that even mean? You can't. No one can destroy me.
I would never. But like I would.
You hear that? Destroy. No one can destroy me.
That's such a horrible thing.
Me. Go ahead. Good luck.
That's such a horrible thing to want to do to someone else, regardless of what they do to you.
But I agree with whoever hit me up. They go, you have a couple people, maybe one or two people in your life that you're not afraid to tell them everything. For some people, that's the equivalent of a shrink or a therapist or something like that. Because I truly feel anytime I've ever dealt with any type of therapist, it doesn't work for everyone. You can't say, well, it's not the right person. I genuinely feel like some people are better dealing with a confidant, someone they could talk to. Like Tommy, if you have a rando friend, right? If you have a rando friend that it might not even be your best friend, but someone that you could be like, yeah, I got to tell you like some deep, dark shit just to get it off your chest.
Friends. Oh, I have good friends, dude. I have Xbox friends, right?
Yeah.
They don't know me in real life.
Such a fucking nerd, bro.
You could talk to them, dude. But you could tell them anything. And what the fuck do you care? You don't know them in real life. So no, it's just like it's like venting.
But what I'm saying is anytime I've ever seen or talked, anytime I've ever talked to anyone in the therapy world, It just doesn't work for everyone. I promise you it doesn't.
Can I tell you why?
I don't trust those people.
My
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
It does come down to trust. And I think, Rich, for you, you would
I don't think it comes down to trust.
No, it does. I don't think for new individuals, you will let your guard down because you want them to like you. Yeah.
No.
You have this need for like everyone in your life to like want to like you.
No.
So I think you would even kind of do that with a therapist.
Wrong.
I don't think you would present your negative self to someone because you don't want that judgment from someone that you really don't know. And I think that while therapists are trained to see through that, I think you wouldn't give what you should be giving to a therapist, but you have close people in your life that you trust that you're willing to bounce things off of. They're just not equipped to give you the proper unbiased feedback. So that's where it would be a detrimental situation.
All right, I wrote down all the reasons why it doesn't work for me. And why the other thing does work. Right? Now, if I had some real issues I wanted to talk to someone about, a therapist is someone you just find on your health plan copay.
And you're allowed to test out therapists and seek a proper therapist.
To me, if I have some deep shit I want to talk to someone about that's on my mind, it's a money exchange. It's timed. You're a client. They don't know the details of your life. They don't know the details of your scenarios you're talking to them about. They don't know the other people involved. There's no way that person could truly know what's best if you're running scenarios by them.
But they're trained to get what they need to make a proper assessment.
I'll give you an example.
Hold on.
Whoa.
No,
I'll tell you who's better for you. If you were to say, Rich, I'm going through I have a few things on my mind. I feel like someone like Handsome Gabe, who's a really good, trustworthy friend of yours.
He is my confidant.
But what I'm saying is, you would get way more out of talking to Handsome Gabe than you would a therapist, in my mind, just because Handsome Gabe knows the people in your life. He knows you. Otherwise, you're talking to a stranger. That'd be like meeting someone at a bar and being like, hey, let me tell you about my work scenario. What do you think? They don't know anything about
but Handsome Gabe, while is a confidant, a great friend, will never give me the harsh truth. He'll give me a sugar-coated truth and help me, but he'll never give me the harsh truth because he's my friend. A therapist has the tools to get what they need. Like my wife always tells me, like she'll go see patients and she'll try and get stuff out of them and they'll just like stonewall her.
Well, your wife's also a therapist, so you're jaded in this conversation.
Therapist. But she knows she's so let's say she needs some information.
See,
the person
it's a jaded conversation. Your wife's in this world.
Yeah,
it would be like me telling someone, don't listen to podcasts.
But this is the insight I'm giving you, what therapists are able to do. They're trained. They're not just people that are your money exchange. There's questions they can ask that will get the proper information out of you. So it's like if there's the direct path is not going to work, there's a zigzag path that will get you to the same destination. And that's what a trained therapist will be able to do with someone like you.
I think you need certain issues where a therapist can really help you. If you just look at someone to like hear the little drama in your life, I don't think a therapist is works for me or some people. Now, if it was some like deeper shit.
Someone said, how did we get here again? How did we get here
again? I don't know. Give yourself a one shot. I gotta pee. I drank too much coffee. Stand by.
I don't have a one shot, but that's okay.
Yo, can I take a piss too? I'm about to piss my pants.
Are you both going to just leave me sitting here alone?
Well,
all right, fine. I'll give it
a
go. Don't leave the headphones there. So what I'm saying is that I don't see therapy. Like therapy isn't just what you think it is, where you go, you lay on a couch. That's, even though that's like a type of therapy. And a lot of people do it. And it's mostly the people with money that will just go and sit in a room and talk about their lives because they have that luxury. Most therapy is solution focused. Actually, I can give myself a one shot. It's still Christmas in this house. I'm just going to decorate that tree red. Most therapy is solution focused. So you go in, like, let's say I went into therapy and I'm like, oh, I had surgery 5 years ago and I feel like I haven't really recovered from that mental trauma. Can you help me kind of process this and work through it? And, maybe it has to do with compounded with my mother had very similar issues and I lost her and all that kind of stuff. So there's ways that therapy will help you. And I really do think, and I know Rich ignores it, he would benefit from therapy, but it would expose feelings that he doesn't want to address. And that's okay because he feels like it would affect his happiness. That's fine. But a therapist would know how to get through that shell that he would create because he does want to create that shell of, oh, I'm the best guy ever. This is me.
But if you're really
So-
happy,
I know that, but
you're really
are
happy,
you
why do you- I
really
don't get it.
truly happy or is it a facade?
there's nothing facade. What is the facade?
It's a facade. You're faking it till you make it. It's like
You think I'm faking happiness?
I think
You think I'm not happy with my wife
No,
and
I
kids?
think you're-
You think I'm not happy in
There's
my
n-
life? You think I'm not happy working for Fox Sports, doing our podcast? You think I'm not happy with that stuff?
I think
You're out of your mind. Well, I don't get like.
oh, sorry.
Like, I mean, then you don't fucking know me. Then maybe the problem is you, and I need to eliminate you in my life. Some people, that would insinuate every single person is unhappy. Why can't people be happy?
You're mistaking. Well, here we go. Let me quote Death of a Salesman. There's contentment and there's happiness. It's like happiness is just is like a random emotion. Like it's like eating chocolate. There's true. I mean, you're the source of your own happiness, and you know what? Maybe you've figured out something that a lot of people haven't. But I still think you are creating.
You want to know what I'm unhappy about? I'm unhappy that the floor in my kitchen is unlevel. Right?
We should all. Honestly, we all wish that was the worst thing.
I'm
in our lives
unhappy
right now.
that my contractor isn't finishing things I want him to finish. I'm unhappy that I don't see my family enough because I'm 3,000 miles away. I'm unhappy that
This list is
Let's see.
growing.
I'm unhappy. Let's see. What am I unhappy about? Hold on. Let me think about what am I unhappy about.
While you figure out what you're unhappy about.
Let me think about
And
it.
I think I've said this recently. There's a yogic. Is Tommy frozen?
Tommy, you frozen? He's really stoic.
I can't tell. I think he is frozen. There's a yogic principle known as Santosha. I studied this recently I had to teach it. But there's a yogic principle called Santosha, which stands for contentment or means contentment. And basically what it says is you are the source of your own happiness. You can't seek outward validation or outward materialistic things to supply your happiness. What's up, Tommy? So you have tapped into the source of your own happiness, and you realize that happiness comes from within. So maybe you're a little bit more.
I asked Stu, because Stu said, you're avoidant. And I go, what am I avoiding? He goes, no, not avoiding. He goes, I'm the same way. I'm very happy. And I ended doing therapy because I don't dwell on hurtful or bad things. I like going on my days happy. He goes, sometimes his wife's clients just come in and bitch about something as minuscule as like their kids being a pain in the ass. I don't know.
That's okay.
Why do I take edibles? Asked Kerry. Because I have a hard time sleeping at night.
Why do you have a hard time sleeping?
Why do I have a hard time sleeping? Because my mind's very active. I'm a very active, hyperactive type of guy.
What are you thinking about when your mind's very active?
What am I thinking about?
Why do you feel the need to take
how we're all getting older, and how I want to really.
Let's dive deeper into that. What about getting older upsets you?
Oh, Sarah said something the other day that upset me.
I don't want to do this again.
Sarah,
We've done
Sarah
this before, and I don't
Sarah
wanna do
said
it.
to me the other day. She goes, "One of us is going to die first. And we could God willing, knock on wood, live till we're 90 something, but one of us will be here one day without the other." And that made me really sad.
I have talked about that a lot with Kristen.
And I said,
I always say, don't.
And
leave
I
me. I'm gonna
go,
first.
I hope it's me that goes first because I think you'd do better without me than I would do without you. I think about my kids. I worry about my kids.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me sad, fear of death. But everyone has a fear. No one's like, man, I really can't wait to die. So how is that therapy needing? Every single person watching or listening right now is like, man, that is really a sad thought. Like my wife or husband.
Yeah, but then to just be like, okay, let's move on. Let's watch The Last of Us.
You know what Sarah said last night?
It's like you gotta. Those are things that you have to process.
Sarah last night, we're in the middle of watching something on TV. She's like, this is so sad. Look at this. And it was a story about like a kid that was being abused in South Texas. And I'm like, why are you bringing that up right now? We're having a nice night. Like, so like, I don't know. Yeah, I have a hard time sleeping at night because my mind, Carrie, my type of mind works nonstop. Think about what I do for a living. I'm constantly thinking of ideas. I'm a hyperactive type of guy. Like right now I'm thinking about what am I going to do on Fox? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do there? What am I going to talk about? So I don't know. What am I unhappy about currently? Right now, I think I'm unhappy about not seeing my friends and family enough. And the fact that my floor is bubbling a little bit and it's uneven. But that's just nonsense. But that is annoyingly bothering me.
It's interesting too. Like for me personally, I know people look down upon my lifestyle, but it has actually forced me to be more open and honest with my wife. And I've talked to her about things that have been tucked in my mind that I haven't shared with anybody. And I now feel comfortable to just be open and honest about with her. And I think a lot of people, even with their own spouses, will keep things in because they don't want the reaction. They don't want to talk about it in depth. They just want to let it, brush it off and move on and be happy like you.
I think, but everyone had the fears I'm talking about.
It's a big fear,
maybe
Rich.
therapy is for some people with that, but for me, like people hit me up. I saw my buddy Chris, right? His wife Lisa. She lost her dad when she was younger. You lost your dad when you were younger.
I did.
The idea of my kids growing up not knowing me is a fear of me.
Yeah.
A fear of mine, which is why I want to stay healthy, which is why I want to be here. So these are all but these are all like basic things. I don't have like, I don't need to sit down with a stranger on a couch and be like, I'm really scared that, one day my wife or I are going to die first. And that's just the reality. Like, what is that person going to tell me that, and you know what? I'll tell you this.
Rich, let me give you something deep.
Shit, I'm losing my voice a little bit.
Hold on. So take a pause.
I know.
Drink something.
Fuck.
Let me give you something deep. So I grew up without a father. My father died when I was 7. Grew up without a father, had older brothers, but they were living their life. They were teenagers. They were off doing their own thing. It's like I would argue that, my mother was a very strong figure in my life, but I didn't have a very strong male figure in my life. My mother never remarried anyone, never dated. So like I never had that strong male figure. I never connected with men in authority always made me nervous because I never had that in my life and I never interacted with that in my life. And growing up, I think that affected my relationships with other people. And you might even argue today, maybe that's why I'm attracted to men. There's so much deep there that I never processed and still need to process things like that. It's like, am I a functioning adult more than most? Absolutely. But it still doesn't mean that there's things that I haven't addressed or need to address. That's what I'm trying to say.
I agree. I just think that.
Did I just figure that out on my own? Yes. And is that a little bit of self-soothing? Yes. But is it still need to be addressed by a professional? Probably.
Yeah.
This is deep, bro.
I know, Tommy. Did you think you were getting this?
No, but I'm learning a lot. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So,
I mean, Tommy, what do you worry about, Tommy? Like not meet. Like I think about this. There's probably a lot of people that worry about like, am I ever going to meet the right person?
Dude, my head is in the fucking clouds, bro.
Your brother. Me and your brother went for coffee the other day, Tommy, and I was like, "Yo, how's your brother?" Because I ask about you because I fucking think you're a great dude. And he goes, "Yeah, Tommy's a little bummed out, to be honest. He was, between work and girl stuff. Like, yeah, I'll talk to him if you want." He told me you're a little bumming.
Yeah, dude, I'm like a happy guy for the most part, like always in a good mood, bro. But when you got no flow coming in and you got no coochie coming in, good luck trying to find happiness in other places. I've been like, you know what? I found so much joy in my 3-point shot and my pull-up game. And you find happiness in like other things. And you're just like, dude, I got to 30 pull-ups. Sweet. I got to get to 40. And I'm just like putting my like happiness in other fucking places that I never thought I would.
Well, I say to you, Tommy, you're responsible for your own happiness. You can't seek it from bitches or money or all that shit.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that shit. So
yeah,
I saw a guy. There's a guy that I follow on TikTok that I know some people would say they hate him. He's like the anti Dave Ramsey. He looks like if Drew Mack was on steroids. You know who I'm talking about? It's like a motivational rich guy. He looks like if Drew Mack was on the HGH. He's like a finance guy. Like I feel like Spot. I guarantee you'll be like, oh, I do know that guy.
Oh, is he like a little bit older?
He's a little bit older, but he looks like if Drew Mack was jacked up.
I know who you're talking
and
about.
he's like a finance motivational guy.
Is he like the real estate guy?
Yeah, he was like he's like Dave Ramsey will tell you, don't spend your money. He's like, but why? Why live in fear? He's saying spend your money, buy that watch, buy that car. What are you gonna be, an old guy that's like, you're never gonna be like you're never gonna be happy that you didn't do those things. And he's like, that'll just motivate you to make more money. He goes, you listen to a guy like Dave Ramsey, you'll be an old person that never went on vacation, never bought that watch, never got that car. He's like, or you get all those things and you just work harder to make more money. And I mean, these are all good conversations. I also argue.
This is reality, Rich.
I also argue.
So many people ignore this, and I know people come to this show to escape these types of things.
No, I also argue that us talking about these things on a regular are, I'm not saying it's the equivalent of therapy.
It is.
But to say it's not therapeutic, I'll give you a great example.
It's biased therapy.
I'll give you a great example.
It feels good to unload.
My mother.
Chatty today.
My mother. I would never have openly talked about my mother's scenario probably with anyone. I've aired all that out here and worked it out in my head. Isn't that a form of therapy? Isn't there something therapeutic about me talking about my mother and her house? Otherwise, Spot, I would have bottled that up and really not talked to anyone about it. But I talk to people about it. But you're saying a stranger on a couch is better than thousands of people and their feedback and a close-knit circle of people?
But you're sharing, and it's no different than talking to your friends. It's like getting it out there feels good, but not getting constructive feedback in return might be a little bit detrimental. Like when I shared my lifestyle and everything going on, I felt like I felt so great. I felt like I could take on the world. I was like, thank God this is out here now. I can be myself. But then like that faded, and there's still things that, it's like in the moment it feels great, but like long term it might not be beneficial.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like any tough situation I've shared with you guys, and any happy situation I've shared with you guys.
Yes.
I've been to therapy, not on my own. I went to couples therapy with my ex, Kristen, because it was like a ditch effort to save the relationship. And when she would speak about what she would do, and the therapist would be like, whoa, I felt like, not that I played the therapist, but all I had to be like, was like, yeah, you hear what she's doing here? Like, I felt like I outsmarted the scenario, which is not what you're supposed to do with therapy. But I was like, oh, listen to her. She's fucking nuts. And then after Sarah had the kids, Sarah went through some postpartum stuff, and I went on some therapy sessions with her to try to hear what she was going through. But even Sarah said some of these people weren't the right fit because it was just a person on the other end that doesn't know you, doesn't know your scenario, and they're giving you their clinical generic answers until they get to know you more. So it doesn't always work for everyone.
But you can't also give up quickly.
Like Andrew actually sort of agrees a little bit with me now that what I'm doing is a lighter version of therapy when I open up to you guys about things. Like right now, can I give you an update on
not really what he
Barbara
said.
Ann?
He said you're venting.
Barbara Ann.
But he said there's no unbiased advice coming from the other side. It's similar but different.
Yeah, similar but different. That's what I said. I said it's similar but different.
Yeah. By the way, this is not like, Rich, you need to go to therapy.
Oh no, I know that.
Thing. It's just
more
like
water.
I know we're talking a lot.
No, I don't want to lose my voice for Fox, where I actually have to be all passionate. I guess we'll save all the Super Bowl and stuff for that.
I guess.
That was the weakest halftime performance. That's all I got to say.
I thought it was the weakest until I realized until I realized she was pregnant. Then I'm like, it's remarkable for women and everything. So we'll talk. Well,
No, honestly, if she was standing stationary the whole time, the music spoke for itself. The set was cool, but no longer.
It was unimpressive.
It
was impressive that she was pregnant. But that's
no. Based off what we saw last year, I think it doesn't matter what catalog of music you have. Artists can't stand on their own anymore because we all demand more. Like Jay-Z was in the stadium. Why couldn't he just come out?
Someone said it was the ultimate. I saw someone say it was the ultimate flex that she said, I don't need anyone.
No, but like even with J-Lo said that. And remember in her documentary, she was like, I don't want to co-headline. But like you still need.
Yeah.
a little bit of
that's what I said to Sarah. I go, Sarah, at no point, even though it was impressive that she was pregnant, right? So it was sort of cool. Like, wow, what a great moment for women. A pregnant woman's doing the halftime show. Powerful. I get it.
We all knew
and
she
it
was
cool.
pregnant, right? I saw the bump.
Yeah, everyone saw, but as everyone said,
early on, I'm like,
I saw people on social media saying,
pregnant?
People on social media, I think the number one question of the year so far was people typing like, is Rihanna pregnant? There was no moment of like pizzazz spot. You're right. There was no moment, Tommy, where it was like, oh shit. Like if Jay-Z came out there and run this town, we all would have been like, oh.
There were so many opportunities for a guest to come out, Kanye or Jay-Z or whatever, and we were just waiting and nothing fucking happened.
And I don't think they would have stolen the spotlight from her. I think it would have been like, oh, this is cool. Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it came off the heels of that cool hip hop collaboration last year where it was like Dre, Snoop, Mary J. Like it was, it came after a big year. So
Plus, it was a lot of backing tracks and like, really did. Honestly, the best part of the night was when she was up on that platform singing
Diamonds. I thought she should have started. I thought she should have started. I think she should have started with "Shine Bright Like a Diamond," and that would have been a dope start.
Well, it was cool because everyone was lifting up. I'm sure they did that thing.
I thought it was.
Where they were like, "All right, everybody, when Rihanna comes out at the end of the show, when she starts singing Diamonds, put on your flashlights."
I thought it was cool when she grabbed their cheeks, but someone else, Drew Mack, hit me up and he goes, "Can we talk about how she like rubbed her vagina and then like smelled it?"
It was pretty hot.
Like, what was that move?
I missed that one.
She does the thing where she grabbed her crotch and then went like this, and everyone's like, it was like, what?
Yeah, I saw it.
Hot or weird?
I would.
Yeah, there was no wow moment. Again, Super Bowl we'll talk about today on Fox Sports Radio. I think bad call. Anyone that thinks the NFL is rigged should fucking go get your tinfoil hat, and we'll talk about it later. But the NFL's not rigged. They benefit more if Philly wins. It's a bigger market. But, Philly, they didn't get robbed. It's one call. It just sucks at the timing of it, right?
That was a great fucking game, dude.
Great game.
Besides the last 2 minutes were kind of weak.
Yeah, the penalty sucked, but even the guy that committed the penalty said, yeah, I did hold it.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So it's like, what are you going to do? It sucks.
It was a really exciting game. It was.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth. Like it started.
It really was. It was a great game.
It was a back and forth.
And we'll talk about the commercials. I know there was a handful of good ones. I need some hot tea after we do this in between shows. Jeez. Let me ask you a couple more questions, Tommy. This is deep. Let's wrap up with a few more good ones.
That's an FART.
I've never heard you guys get so deep before, bro.
It's you, Tommy. You bring out the deepness. You bring out the deepness, bro.
Balls deep, bro.
All right, let's see. Your Pokemon cards. Oh, his ex is with someone new, but still hits him up. Can that girl ever be trusted if she's hitting you up when she's with the new dude?
So I was contemplating.
Oh, and then he wrote, "Make sure he's okay talking about this first." Sorry.
Too late.
Oops.
I was contemplating hitting up her new man and being like, just being spiteful as fuck and being super petty.
Yeah, don't do that.
And then I was like, you know what? That's very immature of me. As much as I would love to see it burn, I just got to let the guy figure it out himself. But then my roommate was like, yo, if you feeling petty, do it, bro. Blow up her spot and be like, yo, she's hitting me up, man. Sorry that you had to be the one to know, but.
Yeah. Let me ask you one more thing. Your brother said this one's a good one. You're young. You're about to turn 30. Do you feel like, I know you had flow and now work is tightening up, so flow's not coming in as much, but do you feel like you're traveling and doing enough while you can?
I haven't traveled this year. Last year I went to Amsterdam, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica. It was just like a bunch of shit. We went to Nashville for a bachelor. This year we're going to Phoenix in a couple months for a bachelor.
Like your brother, every time we're on just so you know, and Spock could back me up, every time we're on a trip for work, Vegas, Phoenix for the Super Bowl just now.
Especially like fun cities.
He always says, your brother says the same thing every time. My stupid fucking brother could have spent a couple $100 on a plane ticket and he could have stayed with me and partied with us. So do you feel like you haven't taken advantage of those moments?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Are you kidding me? Especially like in my early 20s, but I had no flow back then to even make any of that shit happen when you guys were fucking doing everything.
What, you think when do you think your parents will come visit California?
I think those days are done, bro.
You think no West Coast visit?
My dad hates it there. He can't stand it.
Wow,
I think
beautiful.
It's a mixture of the people.
I think your dad thinks that because California and New York are liberal places. Like I don't bump into any weirdos ever. Like this whole when people talk about like California being like super liberal and crazy and weird, I don't see that. When I tell you, I don't see that shit at all. Like I must be living in my own little area where maybe my town isn't that way. But when your brother talks about shit, I haven't seen it yet. When he talks about like all these weird kids and everything, I haven't seen shit yet. So what do I know? Let's see. Any other thoughts from Tommy before we go?
How was fucking Arizona, man?
Arizona?
I'm fucking mad as hell.
It was great. It was a fun time.
Yeah, dude.
I legit enjoyed it. It was a cool city. Got to hit up a lot of cool restaurants. The parties were fun.
Did you gain like 10 pounds, dude?
Fuck.
You know, I will say, like,
So gross.
you know, there's a weird balance, Tommy. And I'm not saying your brother is. Does your dad think it's called that we live in a place called Layla, California? Because I feel like that's what your mom and dad think. I'm like, everyone is not her. Just so I want Tent and Steve to know that not everyone, right, is that way. I mean, I just I find it wild. Anyway, your brother, there's a fine line between watching what you eat. And I get it. We talked about this recently in spots like not everyone has your metabolism. I get it. I want to trim up a little bit myself, but like we're on a business trip and your brother's like, yeah, I got the cheeseburger with a lettuce bun. And I'm just like, if you're
so weak.
I'm like,
he loves doing shit like that.
Like if you're at a restaurant, I don't know, but then he'll have like a sugary cocktail with it. I'm like, yeah, but you got a fucking strawberry margarita, but you're like, no bun. Like he thinks the buns. Does he think the bun's gonna be the difference maker?
He needs to, you know that. Let's go back to mental health. You know that new, what is it, Noomi or Noom app? Noom, Noom. It actually evaluates how you think of food and tells you, okay, this is why you're gaining weight or this is how you can lose weight. His view on what he eats and how it's good versus bad is the fucking most bizarre thing to me.
Yeah, well,
like,
you guys think I don't have the right. Well, you guys think that I'm
lost.
No, well, you guys think that I'm lost in the world of therapy. Your brother's lost in the world of dieting. For a guy that has been working out since high school, and your brother's always been in good shape. For a guy that goes to the gym, for a guy that he
doesn't eat enough.
He's so confused when it comes to how to eat. Like he thinks having like 2 protein bars a day, and then all of a sudden
a tortilla with peanut butter is enough. That's his diet. Honestly, that's what I think he eats all day. Yeah, 2 protein bars and a tortilla with peanut butter when he gets home.
Yeah, let's all split the bacon truffle French fries and have margaritas, but then like I'll have the cheeseburger, no bun. It's like no bun. Like I was like, dude, if you're gonna be here, eat the cheeseburger and we'll go to the gym later. Or I don't know. It's just he's wild like that, or he'll be like, yo, bro, I don't know. Like, that's,
Like he gets a grilled chicken sandwich, but he scrapes off the cheese.
Oh, you know what? I did want to do this. Not for Andrew Hart, but for the fun of the show. I think when Covino gets back here next week, I think we should track our meals for a week, all of us, and sort of just literally write down everything you eat. But you can't skip what you eat, Spot, because I know like you and Covino snack differently. And
I've gotten worse. I've let my diet go a little bit. As far as I don't eat enough anymore. Like I used to eat 4 huge protein packed meals a day. Now I'm lucky if just for my schedule, if I squeeze in my Egg Mountain and then something in the afternoon, and that's really all I eat. Because I
haven't seen any thirst traps in a while from you, bro.
I have
no gym selfies, nothing.
I don't have time to go to the gym anymore.
You know what? Since you picked on me with therapy, since we picked on me with therapy, and we picked on Covino with not getting married, can I pick on you for 10 seconds?
What are you going to say? I have bad time management,
and your wife will back us up on that. Everyone in your life would back you up on the fact that you have all these things on your plate, but maybe you're bad at managing the time, or I don't know if you dilly-dally in between or something, but like your time management might not be your strength.
No, it's just I have.
You have a lot on your plate, and sometimes you don't know how to drop things.
No, well, there's things I don't want to drop.
I know,
but
I get it.
As far we've discussed this recently, but as far as my day-to-day goes, it's like either my day is packed, or when my day isn't packed, I want to just not do anything because I'm so tired.
No, exactly. But I mean, when you look at your schedule and my schedule compared to someone that's like up at 5 a.m. digging ditches and they're working 12-hour days, driving a truck, doing all this big stuff, it's very hard for someone to be like, wow, Rich, Spot, Covino, you guys do a podcast and then a radio show and you got to edit some stuff and then you're going to yoga. Like, it sounds like very like good issues.
Well, like today, and let's not do this again, but today is my busiest day. Today I'm up at like 7, whatever.
Yeah.
People think is late, but whatever. I'm up at 7 something. I get here. I have to post the show afterwards, get home with enough time to make breakfast, eat a little bit, sit for 10 minutes. That's my time in the day. Then I go to Fox. After Fox, I come home, edit. Once I'm done editing, shower, and then I have to teach yoga tonight at 8:30, 8:30 to 9:30, close up the shop, get home at like 10:30, 11. That's my day.
Yeah, but
That's a long
the
day.
second party, now I'm not saying yoga's not a job, but yoga's more of a hobby than a job.
No,
Because
this
it's not,
is a job.
I know, but it's a hobby because you're choosing to do it. It's not like a career move. It's because you enjoy it.
But
You don't do it because you
Yes,
want the
I
money.
know. No, I don't. But I do it for other intrinsic value. And that,
No,
that
but
means
what I'm
more
saying,
to
those
me
are
than- that means more to me than what's
the
on
hobby and intrinsic value.
It's not a hobby. It's actually a job that I do. Like I got.
So if I got paid
for
to
it.
play, if I got paid to play softball, like let's say I umpired, because umpires get paid $20 a game. If I got paid to umpire a game and then play in a game, you could say it's the same thing.
I guess.
Plus, you meet a lot of people teaching yoga, bro. That would be my main like fucking interest in that. Hot chicks, hot dudes, whatever you're into, stretching right in front of you, sweating their balls.
I won't make it as dirty. Community is a big part of it. Yes. Like
dude.
I like giving that to. That really is my motivation for teaching yoga, is giving yoga to other people because it did a lot for me. So I want to give that to other people. That's a big part of it.
I like having like
I said, it has
like little things where you meet people and stuff.
Yeah, it has a lot of intrinsic value. It doesn't have monetary value, although there's a little bit. It's pocket change, but it has a lot of intrinsic value, and I even I like doing it.
No, and I'm not saying you should stop yoga, but I'm saying like it's some people do things, and you could argue we all do things that we don't necessarily need to do. Some people work multiple jobs. I saw Gary Vee do a video, and he talked about it on our show too, where he's like, you know what I think about that woman that you see at the bus stop at like 5, 6 in the morning, if you happen to be up. It's like that woman's probably working multiple jobs to make ends meet. The things that we're doing, if you're doing multiple jobs, it's just because you want to do it and you want to make more money. Some people are working second and third jobs because they need it, because if they don't do it, their kids are having fucking tortillas for dinner. You know, like there are people that do it because they need to.
I also get free yoga for me and Kristen, which is great.
Yeah, but is that really going to change your life? Meaning like, though, like money wise, like it'll change your life physically and spiritually. But I mean, saving $200 a month isn't going to like,
You play softball 5 nights a week.
I don't play softball as much anymore. And I realize it's, can't be my priority. Cut it out.
Still do it though.
I haven't played in 3 months.
I thought you were playing on the weekend.
Played twice in the last 3 months.
What about on the weekend? I thought you'd go every Saturday morning.
No, done. I realized my Saturday morning, my kids is more important.
Okay.
Because I realized that I have to prioritize. What's more important? What's most important? I realized that it's, you don't have to do something all the time. Let's see. Fucking diapers are expensive. They are, Chris Ray.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm pointing out. Amanda said it's a side gig, not something you depend on, but something you really enjoy.
Yes. It's not a hobby. A hobby is like candle making. This is like a trained. This is like being a personal trainer, let's say.
Agreed. But if the personal trainer was also a full-time accountant making a lot of money, and they did the personal training because they really enjoyed it, that would be the equivalent.
Yeah. But there's yeah.
That would be like if Tony Moriello, who's a high-powered attorney, was a personal trainer once in a while on the side because he's fucking ripped. And then he's like, I'm really busy. You'd be like, well, you do the personal training, you could cut that out, but he wouldn't because it means a lot to him.
And I'm not deflecting.
Yeah, no, I know it's. I would never think you should stop.
I know it's a choice, but it's a choice that I want. And like you're like, give it up. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to.
I never once said give it up. I said give up backtracks.
Backtracks, that I feel bad about.
Exactly. Backtracks is something, and I get it. You know why? Because you want me. Can I be a therapist? It's one of your first big time jobs.
No.
And it's your last tie to Z100, Kid Kelly, Hal, all those people you worked with. They pay you very little to do an annoying job. And at this point, you're like, well, why? I might as well do it.
Yeah.
And you're like, you keep saying, well, I might as well do it. Even if it took hours of your time, that's hours of unnecessary time.
Yeah.
So that's all. I mean, we all have those things. That's when I realized, that's when I realized to cut out a little softball. I'm like, why am I doing this so much? I don't need to do it so much.
I feel like that's news. That's news.
I just haven't, you guys haven't asked about it. I mean, let's see. Drew Max said, I used to play tennis multiple times a week. Can't swing it with my kids doing multiple sports and practices. Stu Hot Wagner said, I can't believe he's still doing backtracks. Yeah, it's like spots. It's spots.
I can't believe it. Backtrack still exists.
I think Spot wants to see it out until they finally say it's over.
I thought it would go away sooner. I didn't think I'd be doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I just want to ride it out.
Well, Spot, you know the quote, when you get sad, just stop being sad and be awesome. I need to make myself a big glass of tea, and we'll see you guys later on Fox Sports Radio. Tommy.
I'm legit with that. Tommy, thanks for
hanging, man.
Sort of hanging, even though halfway through the show we didn't need you anymore.
No, Tommy fucking brought it, man. Tommy.
You were a catalyst for great conversations today, and I appreciate that.
Honestly, Tommy, you're the
I
man,
was just
brother.
here to look handsome, guys. Sorry.
Looking handsome is half the battle.
Thanks, bro.
Remember that. Looking handsome is half the battle. And now that you're going to try to do 40, by the next month, you'll be doing 40 pull-ups.
Kidding me, bro? I'm about to go right now. Look at my sweat.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd just be at the gym all day long.
Tommy, is there any better feeling? Is there any better feeling for a 30-year-old guy than seeing a girl naked for the first time?
When she sees it for the first time.
Oh, you like the reveal.
Yeah.
You're like, when you unfurl?
It's like Christmas morning for him, you know?
Are you like your brother? Are you do you like do you feel like you deliver so that you don't really need to do much, or are you a pretty generous guy in the bedroom?
This guy asked me if I'm taking I forget what the name of the substance was, some fucking blue pill, one of those blue chews or whatever the fuck. And I was like, are you in your mind, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't wish that upon me yet.
Not yet. You're not even 30. Don't worry, you're good.
Yeah, I don't need that shit yet.
All right, brother.
Hope I never do.
Tudmaster, good seeing your face, buddy boy.
Thanks for having me, boys. Appreciate you.
If you need an appraisal or you need someone to appraise that ass,
appraisal's an ass.
That's your guy right there.
Hit me up.
Tudmaster Tommy at Latino Covino. Say what's up and thank Tommy for filling in today. Tommy, you're the man. We love you, buddy. And
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, Tony, Matt, Mark, Cliff, everyone chiming in. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci, baby. See you.
See you in the promised land.
All right, later, guys.